The following is a Dowling Catholic Sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio. Our coverage of Dowling Catholic High School sports is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Mercy One, and Skeffington's Formal Wear. Thank you for supporting Dowling Catholic Sports on Iowa Catholic Radio.
And a very pleasant good evening and welcome to the Dowling Catholic High School Gym. Alongside Jimmy Cataldo, I'm Mark Hamadale as we bring you high school girls and boys basketball doubleheader. It's Dowling and Valley, the first of two meetings this year between the two teams. Matter of fact, for us fast forward about 4 or 5 more games, they'll play in the early part of January in the quick turnaround as they're both in the CIML Central Conference. And Jimmy Cataldo, welcome. I didn't realize I took you away from a down-to-the-wire sophomore game going on in the small gym with the Dowling boys in Valley. I didn't realize that was going on.
Well,
welcome.
Dowling was down 1, 30 seconds left. So obviously you got these obligations, and I'm sure I'll hear what happened. But if there's any indication as to what kind of atmosphere we're going to have tonight, you just go and just look inside that small gym, and it's 6 people deep at the door, and student section showed up, and it's pretty electric in there.
It certainly is. I just kind of want to know what Zach Nicholson and Stevie Sarcone, the 2 sophomore boys coaches at Dowling, we're going to draw up and see you as a parent, how you would react, because you're a play caller in football. This sport's a little bit out of your league somewhat, but you're learning.
Well, I would say give me a little bit of credit. There's some good things going on in there, and they're well experienced coaches, and Stevie having playing basketball here at Dowling, and I think that timeout play. I'm curious to hear what happened, but I'm sure we'll get it here soon.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Well, what a game we have! Since we were on the air last, it was Dowling defeating Roosevelt last Friday night in a girl-boy doubleheader sweep, and Dowling girls and boys traveled to Fort Dodge and got another doubleheader sweep against the Fort Dodge Dodgers. So the Dowling girls now, they just had the rankings out, and be careful, the executive director of the Iowa Girls Athletic Union, Gene Berger, sitting right behind you, directly behind you, keeping an eye on. Yeah, I know the Cataldos, we got to watch Gene, but she is here tonight and observing, because they like to seed these teams come late January, early February, and she's watching a Dowling Valley matchup. But the Dowling girls moving up in the rankings. They went from number 11 to number 7. The Valley Tigers with the loss on Tuesday night. Valley boys and girls losing up at Ankeny Tuesday night, and it drops the Tiger girls to number 11 coming into this game with a record of 5-1.
Well, it's Central Iowa basketball at its finest. You just don't know what you're going to get. You can be as hot as ever, and you come to play some of these girls in Central Iowa, and every game that there's a potential to get beat, but yet that there's potential to win. You look at the girls over their last game at Fort Dodge. They're down at half to Fort Dodge, but they had an incredible second half, pulling away from the Dodgers up there and keeping their undefeated record. Yeah,
no question about it. Dowling girls have improved their record to 6-0, and the Valley Tigers come in at 5-1 in girls play. Of course, we'll have the boys game too on this doubleheader night, and this is a young group, not only for Dowling. We talked about last week with all the freshmen up. 5 freshmen are up. 2 of them play in the JV2 game with Coach Donahue and Coach Morrissey, which happened earlier tonight, and they won again. What else is new with those 2? But sure, you got a lot of freshmen up that would normally might be playing in that, and they're contributing. And we talked about this last week with the Trenton girl, the freshman for Dowling, had one heck of a fourth quarter. I think she had all 8 of her points in the fourth quarter, and that sparked the Maroons. But it seems like every night somebody steps up for the Maroon Gals. And yes, they have their leading scorers and all that, and the senior Emma Gipple, but it's either a freshman or somebody else stepping up, and that was certainly the case earlier this week at Fort Dodge.
Well, it's such a great thing to have, not knowing, which girl, and as a team, if you're working the ball around, you're not trying to get it to that one specific girl that you think that should be controlling the offense. And I think Coach Myers would agree that, having the ball to go through 5 different girls is a good thing. And to have Emma Gipple down in the middle with her rebounding ability, certainly gives every girl an opportunity. And I'm sure the confidence, look, I could put up a shot and feel comfortable if it goes in or does not go in, because you got somebody down there that's going to rebound.
No question about it. And Emma Gipple, as you mentioned, the 5'10 senior for the Maroons, averaging a double-double, 13.5 points she averages and 13.5 rebounds. She also leads the team in steals, blocks, and assists. Doing it all. And as I mentioned when we had her on during halftime of the boys game, I said, I remember when you were a freshman out there with Faber and a few others. You were very timid, but a starter or in the mix. And now here she is, a senior, has all that confidence. She's got the strength now. Her body's matured, and she has played lights out for the Maroons with this young group of some seniors, juniors, and the freshmen.
I remember Emma. She was actually a freshman when my daughter was playing as a senior, and you could see, the effort and the attitude that she had. It was a glimpse of what she was giving us. But Emma, it just shows your senior leadership is what you want, right? Somebody who's going to lead the intangibles, somebody who's going to get the hard statistics, which are the rebounds, the steals, the assists. If she's able to put the ball in the hoop from inside the lane, that's a huge positive. She's not going to be a huge three-point threat, which is good. That's fine. Keep her down around the block where she's going to work to get those hard-fought statistics.
All right, we'll take a break here on the pregame show. It's Dowling and Valley, girl-boy doubleheader from the Dowling Gym tonight. Place is getting packed as we see it. And both teams out on the floor warming up. We'll start right on time, right at 6:15 as the JV 2 game got over with earlier. So we'll take a break. Along with Jimmy Cataldo, I'm Mark Hamadale. Jennifer Phelps as our studio producer for Iowa Catholic Radio tonight. We want to thank Jennifer for sitting in. And we'll be back with more pregame after these messages here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and pre- and post-operative care. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Dental Associates, addressing your smile needs and dreams. 515-225-6742. Des Moines-DentalAssociates.com. Thank you, Dental Associates, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One, your expert circle of personalized care for all your health needs. With more care locations than anyone, your best life is their one purpose. Find your doctor at mercyone.org.
And welcome back to the Dowling Gym alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Hamadale, as we get set for girls and boys basketball tonight from the Dowling Gym. It should be an exciting atmosphere. Place starting to fill up. And Coach Cataldo, we just got an update from what happened in that small gym at Dowling from the boys' sophomore game. It sounds like the Maroons found success. Can you break that down before we get back to the girls?
Well, I'd like to, but thank God, the people who are informing us don't do play-by-play because I still don't know what happened in there other than the fact
they won.
That they won.
Yeah. Somebody hit a couple free throws.
And held the ball out. So it was a huge atmosphere in there for just an underclass game, and hopefully, like I said, it's a sign of what's to come here for the next two games.
Absolutely. Well, you look at Dowling and Valley. It is a rivalry. It's Battle of West Des Moines. We see it on the football field, softball, baseball. You name the sport, we have it. And right now in this girls' rivalry, Dowling girls lead the series 12-9, dating back to 2007. Got to keep in mind that Dowling and Valley weren't in the same division of the CIML. You didn't play each other twice. Now you do. And Dowling's won 3 of the last 4, 2 in a row. And the Valley Tigers looking to end that tonight on the girls' side. And, you've been all part of this. You got to get the kids to play as a coach, prepare them, but you also can't get caught up in all the fans, the student body, the classroom. You got to get them focused between the lines, so to speak, Jimmy, on game night in that rivalry setting.
It's a tremendous point you make there, because at the end of the day, the kids understand the aspect of the rivalry, and it does not matter which sport you're playing. And when you're ever a Dowling uniform versus a Valley uniform, it's something a little bit more. It's your crosstown rival, and you have a lot of youth playing tonight. First time a lot of these girls get a chance to play in these rivalries, and I'm sure they've learned up listening to it. But it's hard to catch their attention because they see it, they hear it. But I'm sure that's the point being made in the locker by Coach Meyer. At the end of the day, it only happens what's inside the court and control what you can control.
No question about it. Well, we talked a little bit about Dowling and led by Emma Gipple, the senior, but then a very young starting lineup. Ava Zediker, a freshman. She leads the team in scoring and made threes. And rounding out that starting unit for Dowling, Julia Moore, a junior who is coming around. Do people not know that she likes to go left? I mean, has that been anybody's scouting report? And then Layla Tritton, that 5'8 freshman, really contributed last Friday night in the game we saw with Roosevelt. And Lauren Frericks had a big game against Fort Dodge, and she's knocked down 8 threes. That's the Dowling starters. Let's switch over to the Valley Tigers, and they're led by the lone senior. Now, you talk about a youth team. Valley has 6 sophomores dressed. Dowling has 5 freshmen dressed, but the seniors, Rieker for Valley, Gipple for Dowling, and Rieker having a nice year. 12.5-point average, leads the team in made threes with 11, and has the team leader in 15 steals. But Elise Yeager, a freshman last year starter, a sophomore this year starter, is their leading rebounder and second in points. And those two kind of lead this young Valley team.
And that's, I think, what you're going to see a lot of is the senior leadership. You know, some of the stats you look over as a team in 5A, you know, Dowling Catholic is currently third in team scoring. Valley is second in 5A in team scoring, so you would expect a high-scoring game tonight. You look at the rebounding of the two. Valley is first in 5A in rebounding as a team, and Dowling is second. So this is a hard one to predict just because of you don't know what to expect out of your youth. You know you're going to get some solid play out of the seniors, but it's going to be very interesting how some of the youth of these both teams step up and play in this rivalry.
Another sophomore that leads in the post for Valley is Sophia Hope, a 5'10 sophomore, leads the team with 7 blocks on the year and right there in the mix with a 10.5-point average. So she's looking to play mid-major basketball. And Rieker is committed to Missouri Western, the Griffins down in St. Joseph, Missouri. She'll be playing Division II basketball. And the young Yeager kid is committed to D1 basketball for St. Thomas up there. And our guy over here, Daniel Grady, about jumped out of his chair when I told him that. He said they're making the transition to D1, but she'll be playing basketball there. Now, J.C. Lucky, a tough break for her. She's going to start tonight. She's going to have surgery tomorrow. And that hip labrum injury that we saw Honnold have when she was here, who's now playing softball for Missouri. But J.C. Lucky will start tonight and she'll be out the rest of the year with the labrum surgery. She'll be out 6 months. She is a predominantly soccer player, but another starter back from last year for Coach Sechrist's team. And Anna Spain, their top sub, is out. She'll be out till January with a badly twisted ankle she had in an open gym scenario. So the Tigers down a little bit with their bench, but they're going to have to go to it in a series like this. You got that adrenaline that you go through. You got the crowd here, but these kids got to feed off of that. And tonight, Dowling with the advantage in their home court.
You know, I'm not surprised that somebody like J.C. Lucky is getting her surgery after this game, and you don't know if that's when the orthopedic surgeon could do the surgery, or she looks at the calendar and says, "Hey, I want to play this game first." And then take this on. Because
her predominant sport is soccer, and she wants to be ready for the soccer season, so they got it all timed out. It comes down to that. But Coach Sechrist, glad to see him tonight. He had the stomach flu last Friday night, and they played back-to-back. And pay no attention to the guy on the other side of the table, Mr. Cataldo, Joey Townsell. I mean, does he need tape? Do you need tape?
I think I have some eyeglasses with me.
Oh yeah, that'll get us in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, it's a great officiating crew for tonight. I've known Joey in some of the football and
super job.
He likes to let him play a little bit, and so you're going to see a little bit of physicality in this game and see how they match up with it.
All right, let's take a look at our starting lineups before we go to break here at the Dowling Gym. Again, it's Dowling and Valley girls game, followed by the boys' game. Alongside Jimmy Cataldo and Mark Hamadell, let's take a look at the starters for the Valley Tigers. They come in with a record of 5-1, and they're coached by Joseph Sechrist. Sechrist in his 10th year, 161 wins, 54 losses. His assistant coaches are Rob Wiedebrand and Taylor Benshoff, and the Hall of Famer Bert Hanson. And they will start this lineup at one guard, J.C. Lucky, a 5'6 sophomore, averaging 3.5 points. She'll wear number 11. The other guard is Maddie Brown, a 5'7 junior. She's also a captain, averaging 8.5 points. She'll wear number 15. And the third guard is the other captain, Meredith Rieker, a 5'9 senior, averaging 12.5 points. She'll wear number 24. One forward, Elise Yeager. Yeager, a 6'1 sophomore, averaging 9 points, leads the team with 7.5 rebounds. And Sophie Hope, also in the post, a 5'10 sophomore, averaging 10.5 points, leads the team with 7 blocks. And the Tigers come in averaging 60.5 points per game and give up 41 points per game. For Dowling Catholic, their head coach is Kristen Meyer, her 6th year here at Dowling, 94 wins, 26 losses, assisted by Joel Danner and Audrey Faber. The Maroons will start this lineup. A 3-guard lineup, Ava Zedeker, 5'9" freshman, leading scorer, averaging 15.5 points. Ava wore number 13. Julia Moore, 5'4" junior, she'll wear number 21, averaging 6.5 points at the 2nd guard. And the 3rd guard is Layla Tritton, 5'8" freshman, averaging 5.5 points. She'll wear number 45. At 1 forward, Lauren Frericks, a 5'10" junior, averaging 5.5 points, and she'll wear number 25. And Emma Gipple is a 5'10" senior, the other post player, averaging 13.5 points, leads the team with 13.5 rebounds, and she'll wear number 23. Maroons average 58 points on offense and give up 41 points on defense. And again, Dowling leads the series going back to 2007, 12-9. The Maroons have won 3 of their last 4. Well, let's take a break. We'll come back with a tip-off between Dowling and Valley. But first, a word from Dr. Dan Ryan, the president of Dowling Catholic High School, and our pregame prayer with Father Ryan Andrew here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Hi, this is Dr. Dan Ryan, president of Dowling Catholic High School, and welcome to another season of exciting Dowling High School basketball. We are proud to be partners with Iowa Catholic Radio, not only broadcasting basketball, but also being partners in preparing Christ-centered leaders for life. Go Maroons!
Hello, my name is Father Ryan Andrew, and I'm the chaplain at Dowling Catholic High School. Let us pray for the coaches, players, and trainers for this athletic competition. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Heavenly Father, we thank you for all your gifts. We ask you to bless all those involved in this athletic competition tonight. We ask that you keep them safe, and that they all show good sportsmanship. We ask this through Christ our Lord, amen. All holy men and women, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen.
Dowling Catholic High School Gymnasium alongside Jimmy Cataldo. I'm Mark Amadeo. Fist bump from the coach. I never get that in football, but the basketball coaches are really great to work with. I just wanted to kind of throw that out there, Coach Cataldo.
Well, we're going to find out if that's good luck or bad luck, because maybe that's the reason why you're not getting fist bumped. You could just tell. I mean, but you could tell. I
knew that was coming.
Coach Danner and everybody's locked in, and everybody's ready to go, and should be a great game.
They're part of the routine, you know. You get up here and get a little fist bump from the assistant coaches. Valley taking the court, and they're all black uniforms with white numbers and trim. And how about the yellow shoes or the gold shoes? What's that about? They're all in gold shoes for head coach Joseph Sechrist.
I think that's orange, Mark. That's orange.
Is that orange? Oh, I'm bad. No, they're not. They're yellow. They're gold. We'll call them whatever you want. Our officials tonight, Dave Souther, Joey Townsell, who was giving you a little grief, and Chris Crawford. Our 3 officials, glad to have them on a packed house here at the Dowling Gym. We're about ready to tip it up as both Dowling and Valley, and we're underway. Ball is tipped around and slapped right in front of the scores table below us. We're underway. Valley wins the tip. They go left to right towards the north basket here at Dowling. The game being televised on Mediacom, be tape delayed later this week.
Dowling starting out in their man-to-man defense. High pressure above the key. Really going to make these girls work for every shot.
Remember last week we didn't see a whole lot of zone, Coach, so I'm guessing that'll be the case tonight. It's Sophia Hope, Meredith Rieker, Maddie Brown, Elise Yeager, and J.C. Lucky, the 5 on the floor for the Tigers. Lucky with it. Down the lane, throws up an off-balance shot, no good. A whistle of reach-in foul on Dowling will be on Julia Moore. Good hustle to the offensive glass by the Tigers, and that was Meredith Rieker.
Great contested shot by Dowling, really forcing layup, came off the rim, really poorly, and forced Julia on a reach.
So first foul of the ball game is on Dowling and Moore. Valley working their perimeter with 4 out, 1 in, and a cutter after they pass the ball. Down the lane is Rieker. Her shot up and no good, out of bounds to Dowling. That's good help defense that time by Moore, but also by the Maroons' Zedeker.
Ava's working, her girl all the way to the basket. Great help defense coming off the block, really contesting the layup, and a great defensive stand by Dowling.
All right, Dowling on the other end with the basketball. Valley, it looks like, staying man, and now the ball tipped out of bounds. The Maroons having problems, and Zedeker's pass over to Julia Moore was tipped out of bounds. They say one off Dowling.
Just a little early jitters, maybe forcing an early turnover. Be interesting to see how Dowling does with protecting the basketball and keeping every shot high percentage.
Here's Sophia Hope. She lobs it inside, shot off the glass, up and rolls off the rim and in. Nice shot that time by Elise Yeager. Not how she wanted to draw it up, as she didn't use much of the glass, but it falls through, in Valley with the 2-0 lead. Maroons on the other end in the front court. Here's a long 3 by Frericks. It's good, and she lit it up at Fort Dodge, and she's doing it right here.
You're certainly going to need great shots by Lauren on those. Really good look by her, and really steps up and hits a big shot early.
Dowling with its first lead, 3-2, and for Zedeker, but for Frericks, that's her 9th 3 of the year. Now, shot in the baseline, that's no good by the Valley Tigers. Hope misses the shot. Rebound Dowling and Moore. Julie in the front court, dribbles to the right corner, and she throws it away. Tried to hit Zedeker with the return pass, stolen away by Rieker, and now a foul called on Dowling, and that'll be on Moore, I believe, her second.
Certainly not what Coach Marr would like to see in the first 2 minutes of the game. Julia picking up her second foul. Really could put her on the bench for quite some time here.
So she'll be replaced in the Dowling lineup by number 11, Marin Heller. Heller, one of those freshmen at 5'4" in the Dowling rotation. Underneath, and a shot off the glass, good as they work the inbounds pass to Yeager, her 4th point.
Right now they're using their size in the middle of the paint. Every shot that the Valley's taken so far has been inside the paint, and maybe a tell as to how they're going to work this offense.
All right, Dowling with the basketball. Here's Frericks in the lane. Now they're stopped in the right block, kicks it out to Zedeker. Valley stays man-to-man. Here comes Zedeker off a ball screen. Can't get the shot. Now leaves it for Frericks for 3, and it's no good. The rebound comes out to Valley, and they lose it on the floor. Tied up by Frericks, and we're going to have a jump ball called.
Another good look by Lauren. This time a little bit short, but, no hesitation by her stepping up and looking for her shots early.
So alternate possession will be Dowling. And Maroons will inbound the ball underneath their own basket, and they'll have the freshman Heller throw it in. 5:20 remaining here in the first quarter. 4-3 is our score. Valley leading Dowling here in this girls' contest. They work underneath to Gipple. Her shot is blocked. Weak side help that time. Hope with the block. Sophia Hope, the sophomore, blocks Gipple's shot. The other way we go, and Valley with the ball. Tigers with it. Jump stop in the lane by Lucky. Can't get the shot off. Leaves it for Yeager, and the Tigers will regroup. Under 5 minutes to play. Underneath, they work in the lane to Yeager. Loses it. Now launches a 3, and it's good. She was going to shoot the ball at the free throw line, got slapped away, and she nails a 3. And Yeager with 7 points here in the first quarter for Valley.
Yeager stepping up again, and no hesitation out of these girls early. Kind of gives you a sense of what they're feeling in this rivalry.
All right, here's Gipple in the lane. She's cut off nicely that time by Hope. Now they get it over in the corner. Back to Gipple. She's double now, triple team. And the Maroons now having trouble getting the ball rotated around. There's a long 3 in the corner. Up and good by Lauren Frericks. And she has all of Dowling's points, as does Yeager, has all 7 of Valley's points.
Well, you can see what Valley's trying to do is they're trying to double, triple team the post in Gipple.
There's a long 3, up and good by the Valley Tigers. That is Sophia Hope with her first 3 of the night.
So as they're going to double, triple team the post, it's giving Lauren Frerichs good looks on the outside shot.
All right, Dowling with the ball. Shot off the glass is no good. A little too strong by Frerichs. Rebound comes out to Valley. And now the outlet pass by Lucky down court, and she threw it away. She tried to hit her teammate Rieker with it. It'll be Dowling basketball. So
first turnover by Valley, and up and down tempo. Early 4-point lead by Valley, and a couple things that haven't occurred. Ava Zedeker not getting involved much yet. Still feeling it out. Emma Gippel's getting double, triple teamed in the middle. Trying to get her involved early.
And this crowd is getting larger here in the Dowling gym. More people keep coming through the door. About a little over 3/4 full right now. 3:20 remaining. First quarter, 10-6 is our score. Valley by 4. Now whistling a foul by Valley on the offensive end for the Maroons. And they're going to get Sophia Hope her first foul for the Valley Tigers. It'll be Dowling basketball underneath their own basket. Maroons going right to left towards the south basket here at the Dowling gym. They work underneath, and now ball thrown away as Heller's pass was stolen away by Lucky.
Looking for Emma to cut to the middle, and she didn't see the help defense the Valley was given. And Marr just turnover you don't want to see underneath your basket.
So Valley with the basketball. This is Maddie Brown. She gets in the lane. Off to her teammate. The putback up and good. The missed shot followed up by Rieker's putback, and that's her first 2 points. And the Tigers now with a 6-point lead over Dowling, 12-6. Maroons struggling to get in their offense. There's Zedeker with it. Now keep in mind up at Fort Dodge, Dowling trailed by 1 at halftime, so keep that in mind. Now entry pass to Gipple, stolen away by Valley. Now stolen back by Dowling. This is Frerichs with it, lays it up and good.
Great job by Lauren, really taking control here in the first half with her 8th point, all 8 points for Dowling here in the first quarter.
Steal and basket by Lauren Frerichs, the 5'10 junior. Now a steal by Dowling. Here's Heller with the steal, and she has it stolen away by Sophia Hope. They lob it in the front court to Lucky, and the ball's tipped out of bounds. They say it went off a Gipple. So it'll be Valley basketball. Tigers lead at 12-8 with 2 minutes and 13 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Substitution for Valley will be Bryn Ketcher, 5'10 junior, and she'll replace Sophia Hope in the post. Throwing it in will be Maddie Brown, one of the co-captains on the team, a 5'7 junior. Sit out to Lucky. Elise's pass lobbed inside to Ketcher. Now back out to Rieker. She has her shot blocked by Zedeker, and a backcourt foul on Meredith Rieker.
Great defense by Ava on that.
So both teams with 2 fouls each here, Coach Cataldo.
Rieker getting caught up in the middle of the lane, and Ava Zedeker doing a great job playing defense, gets a nice block, and then draws a foul.
All right, minute 50 remaining here in the first quarter. Dowling with the basketball. They lead at 12-8. Maroons in their white uniforms, maroon numbers rather, and trim. Here's Gipple in the lane, a power dribble on the right side. Shot up and good, the basketball count. And the foul will be on Bryn Ketcher, who just checked in.
Strong inside move by Emma. She's starting to feel that presence of the game a little bit, taking the ball to the hole.
Ellen Litt checks into the Tiger lineup, and she'll replace J.C. Lucky. Litt, a 5'3 sophomore. And free throws coming for Gipple. This will be Dowling's first free throw of the night, and it's good. So Gipple with all 3 of her points there. And the score is now 12-11. Valley by 1 over Dowling Catholic. Tigers have not attempted the free throw here in the first quarter. It looks like the Maroons a little full court pressure here, Coach.
You like to see it. Put a little bit of pressure on them and see if they can handle it. Man-to-man pressure in the front court.
All right, here's Yeager with it. Dribbles across the timeline. Leaves in the quarter for Brown. This is Maddie Brown, one of the co-captains for Valley. This up top to Ellen Litt. They work the left side. This is Ketcher with it. Dribbles to the right side. Tigers playing catch on the perimeter. Here's Brown with it. Dribbles in the lane. Right elbow, right block. Shot off the glass. Too strong. And rebound cleared out of there by Ketcher. To put back up and good. Bryn Ketcher, strong move from the junior.
Emma Gipple gets caught, with the help defense. Gives up the backside rebound. Great job by Ketcher, making a play on the other side of the rebound.
All right, here's Zedeker with it. She'll launch the three right side. It's up and short. Rebound. Who else? Gipple. Offensive rebound. Now three-pointer coming up by Frericks. It's no good. And the rebound comes out to Valley. And the Tigers have it with Ellen Litt. Over to Anna Easton, who checked in the last dead ball, a 5'5 sophomore. Valley's roster, 1 senior, 5 juniors, 6 sophomores, and no freshmen. Dowling's roster, 8 seniors, 2 juniors, no sophomores, and 5 freshmen. So predominantly young squads both ways. This is Ketcher with it, dribbles the free throw line, kicks it out. Here's Yeager with it. Guarded by Frericks. Now they'll pull the ball out to Litt. Going for the last shot. 10 seconds remaining. Here's Easton with it. Dribble handoff to Ketcher. Top of the key. Didn't have control of the ball. Almost lost it. Brown for 3 up and no good. And the ball goes out of bounds with 1.5 seconds to play with Valley leading by 3, 14-11. Good patience that time by Valley, but they didn't get the shot. Dowling's defense almost forced a turnover, but they ended up shooting an air ball.
They tried to do a top of the key weave and
all right, they'll inbound it to Zedeker, and she'll launch it from three-quarters court. It's short. And we've come to the end of the first quarter with the score. Valley Tigers leading 14-11 over Dowling Catholic, along with Jim Cataldo and Mark Amadale, here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
This is a Young Catholic Minute. Why can't priests get married? Did you know that an ordination shares a lot of similarity with a wedding? The rituals, the vows, even the speak now or forever hold your peace. Why all this similarity? Because he's getting married. His bride is the Catholic Church, and he promises his life to her, just as Christ, the true bridegroom, has done from all eternity. Now, yes, it is possible to have an earthly bride and a heavenly bride, but since the heavenly bride always has to come first, it can be really hard on even the saintliest earthly bride. That's why for the past 1,000 years, the Church has echoed St. Paul's words when he said to early priests, "An unmarried man is anxious about the things of the Lord, how he may please the Lord. But a married man is anxious about the things of the world, how he may please his wife, and he is divided." So why can't priests get married? Well, because they already are. For more, go to youtube.com/youngcatholic.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Place is getting packed here, Coach Cataldo. Mark Amadale, Jim Cataldo is with you tonight here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. It's Valley 14, Dowling Catholic 11 at the end of the first quarter. And Coach Cataldo, you got to look at some first quarter numbers.
First quarter numbers, Dowling from the field, goes 2 for 3 from the field, 2 for 6 from 3, both of them by Lauren Frericks. Valley, on the other hand, from the field, 4 out of 5. Which is really good high percentage shooting from the field, and 2 from 3. So two out of 3 from the three-point arch.
Dowling 1 for 1 at the free throw line. Valley did not attempt a free throw. Other games going on tonight in the CIML as Valley has the ball first, has number 1 Johnson at number 6 Southeast Polk, and a nice pass underneath the right block, and the layup is up and good by Sophia Hope, her 5th point of the night.
Just getting a lot of high percentage shots, and you see out of Valley's shooting percentage in the first quarter, going 4 out of 5, now 1 for 1 in the second quarter here. High percentage shots in the paint where they're taking advantage of their size.
All right, ball kicked out of bounds as Dowling goes across the timeline to set the Dowling lineup as Marin Heller in at point guard, and her pull-up jumper at the free throw line, no good. Rebound Gipple, her put back up and blocked, partially blocked by Sophia Hope, and the rebound out to Valley and Elise Yeager. Tigers in the front court. Here's Reeker with it, coming off a ball screen in the lane. Her shot up and no good. And a rebound, Dowling and Gipple. So it's Gipple, Frericks, and underneath a shot off the glass. Good! That is Layla Tritton with her first basket of the night.
Layla Tritton, getting the ball down the middle and using her size a little bit, taking a hard, strong move to the basket for her too.
So it's Tritton, Frericks, Gipple, along with Marin Heller and Zedeker. Ava Zedeker, the 5 and the 4 for Dowling. Valley now with Sophia Hope at the top of the key as Valley runs their motion offense. They get over in the corner to Elise Yeager. Top of the key, it goes to Reeker again. They work the right side to J.C. Lucky back in. Also in there is Maddie Brown. Maddie Brown and Meredith Reeker, the two captains on the floor for Valley. Now they work the baseline. Underneath, top of the key is Hope. Won't shoot the three. 16-13, Valley. Now a shot underneath. It's blocked by Dowling, but a foul called on the Maroons.
I think they're going to get Gipple on that.
It is going to be on Emma, her first. It'll be team foul number 3 on Dowling, so both teams with 3 team fouls. 6:20 remaining second quarter. Valley 16 and Dowling 13, and Lucky to the line. J.C. Lucky, the 5'6" sophomore, with Valley's first attempt at free throws tonight. And the first one is no good. Tonight's game in the Iowa Catholic Radio Network brought to you in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic, also by Construction Professionals and Dental Associates. Other games tonight has Ankeny Centennial at Mason City. These are all girl-boy doubleheaders. We mentioned number 1 Johnson at number 6 Southeast Polk in the girls' game. Second free throw no good. Rebound Dowling. Lincoln is at number 8 Roosevelt in a girl-boy contest. Marshalltown at Ankeny, Urbandale at Waukee, North at Hoover, and East at Ottumwa. Ames, Waukee Northwest, and Fort Dodge both have the night off. Here's Dowling with the ball. Gipple on the right block, kicks over to Zedeker. Back to Gipple. They work to give and go. No, Gipple kicks it back out. Here's Frericks for 3, top of the key, and it's good! Nice. How about that? Lauren Frericks with her third 3 of the first half, Jimmy.
Tremendous job by Emma, right? Emma's getting double teamed down when she gets the ball in the paint. Makes a move baseline. As they collapse, kicks it out to Lauren Frericks for the 3.
Great job by Valley. They're working underneath to Sophia Hope. Her layup is up and good. Nice entry pass. Hope now with 7 points. We have a timeout on the floor. We'll keep it here with 5:40 remaining here in the second quarter. And it's 18-16. Valley with the lead over Dowling Catholic. We were tied there for about 5 seconds until Valley with the entry pass and basket by Hope.
Well, I really like what Dowling's doing offensively, right? Trying to feed the post in Gipple as she's getting double teamed. She's finding the open girl outside the three-point arc. If we can hit our shots, I think Valley's going to have a lot of problems continuing to double team Gipple down the middle.
Now tomorrow they have CIML has a few games. Girls only. Fort Dodge is at Ames. That's a 4:00 game. Girls only. Boys only has Mesa City at number 9 Waukee. But how about the big one? Nationally televised. Number 2 Ames boys down in Columbia, Missouri at the Norm Stewart Classic, taking on the number 3 team out of the large schools of Missouri, Christian Brothers College. It's a prep school, the Cadets, and they will tip off at 7 o'clock. They're going to be nationally televised. I believe it's ESPN that's broadcasting that. So how about that for that Ames team?
They got a couple really good players.
Wow. Lipsy is one.
Lipsy going to Iowa State, and you get players like that, you end up getting travel and get yourself on ESPN.
That's right. All right, Dowling with the ball. Julia Moore back in with 2 fouls, 5.5 minutes remaining, as it was a timeout called by Valley. So the Tigers now with 4 timeouts remaining. Dowling with the ball. Frericks, the corner 3, up, good! Boy. She is feeling it. Her 4th 3 of the first half. She has 14 points.
She can do it all night, and then, when you have one of those nights where you're feeling it, it feels like you can throw it into the ocean and it's good.
And Dowling with the lead, 19-18. They lob it inside. Does Valley to Elise Yeager. She steps on the baseline, out of bounds to Dowling.
Dowling's starting to feel the momentum a little bit. As I mentioned, they continue to find the perimeter shooter. This time, again, it's Frericks, and I think they're going to find her playing her a little bit tighter outside.
Well, what's going on is they're double teaming Gipple. When the ball goes to the block, Gipple's double team. Now, who leads the team in assists also? Emma Gipple, and she's found Frericks on, I think, 3 of those baskets. So on the turnover, Dowling with the ball. Zedeker is caught in the lane and gets it to Gipple, and her shot is blocked once again by Yeager, but Dowling retains possession with 4.5 minutes remaining.
Maddie Brown's playing some really, really good defense on Ava Zedeker tonight.
And she just got called for the foul. She got a little too aggressive with Zedeker, and I'll tell you what, the freshmen are going to find out what varsity basketball is about in front of a big crowd, and Ava found that out. And she'll learn from it. That's why the freshmen have been called up. They're going to learn from this, but it'll be growing experience, and now Dowling keeps the basketball after the foul by Valley's Maddie Brown, and that'll be the 14th foul on the Tigers. First on Brown. Dowling with the ball. Frericks with it. Tries to get underneath the Gipple. She loses it. Now keeps it alive, though, and Dowling has it. Here's more. Julia driving baseline. Kicks it over in the corner. Frericks again for 3. It's good! It is good. That was a rainbow shot, her 17th point and 5th three of the night, Jimmy.
You know, I think Coach Meyer, you're figuring out ways to find Lauren Frerichs, getting her the ball, because when you feel it, right, you don't want it to stop. And if you're hot in the first quarter, or the first half, keep feeding her the ball.
Frerichs had 8 made threes coming into the night. She has 5 here in the first half, 5 more, so 13 on the year, and it's 22-18. Dowling has its largest lead of 4. 3:40 remaining, second quarter. At halftime, we'll be joined by Clay Fielking, the Dowling boys basketball coach, who brings a 2-2 record into the game. And now a bad pass by Valley, saved by Brown and stolen away by the Maroons, and Dowling in the front court. Here's Tritton, pass in the corner, and it's tipped away by Elise Yeager. And the St. Thomas commit, or verbal commit, is Yeager. You can see she's been deflecting and altering a lot of passes against this Dowling offense tonight, Jimmy.
You know, she's very long, which is good, right, for her, and you know, able to spread the court a little bit and contest those passes. Very nice athlete. First time seeing her.
22-18, Dowling with the lead. 3:15 remaining, and here's Zediker for 3 in the left wing. It's no good, and a rebound out to Valley, and Anna Easton, who just checked in, played a little bit in the first quarter. Now playing here in the second quarter as we approach the 3-minute mark. Here's Hope with it. Sophia guarded by Gipple. Comes around a ball screen by Yeager, just stolen away by Dowling. That's Tritton with the steal, but stolen back by Valley. Layup up, no good by Yeager, and she gets her own offensive board and keeps the possession alive.
Great help defense last time down there by Lauren Frerichs. Tritton giving up the turnover there.
Here's Hope with it in the lane. Her shot up too strong. Rebound Gipple. Dowling with the ball. One and done are the Valley Tigers. Here's Zediker with it. Gives it to Tritton. Layla with it. Now Zediker shoots the 3. It's no good. Gipple offensive rebound. Gets underneath the Tritton. She can't get the shot off, and Dowling will reset their offense. As head coach Kristen Meyer and Dowling saying, hey, let's run this. Here's Tritton with it. Left wing to Moore. Julia in the lane. Spins with the left-hander. Shot up and no good. Ball slapped around, and Dowling refrains it. Here's Tritton with it to Frerichs. And a pushing foul called on Valley, and this will be on Easton, her first. What a possession for the Maroons.
Dowling moving the ball around, but now you're starting to see Valley starting to face guard Lauren Frerichs, and not double teaming as much Emma Gipple, and that's what helps when you have Lauren hitting those shots. Now Valley's forced not to double team down the low block.
Sophia Hope checking out, and Bryn Ketcher checking in for head coach Joe Sechrist for Valley, as the Tigers make a substitution. Under 2 minutes to play. Here's Zediker in the lane. Jump stops. Now kicks over the corner. And a long 3 by Tritton is up and good, and they're going to give her a 3 there. Layla Tritton with her 5th point and her first 3.
You know, what I like seeing out of that possession out of Ava Zediker is not forcing. The last 2 times we've had the ball down the court, Ava looks to be forcing her shot. That time, you know, finding the open 3 in the corner.
Give and go that time. Yeager finding her teammate Bryn Ketcher with the assist, and Ketcher with her 4th point off the bench, and it's 25-20, Dowling by 5. Tigers' biggest lead has been 6 points here in the first half. Dowling's biggest lead has been 7. And we got 1:20 remaining in the half, and the Maroons by 5. Here is Gipple with it over in the corner, leaving it for Tritton for 3. It's no good, and the rebound comes out to Valley and J.C. Lucky. Tigers now in the front court. Here's Yeager with it. Leaves it for J.C. Lucky, guarded by Julia Moore. Let's see if the Tigers, they want to play for one shot here.
Julia Moore's got to be very careful not picking up her 3rd foul in the first half.
There's Maddie Brown with it. Valley now 3 out, and then 2 post players on the elbow right now. One of them comes out to retrieve the ball. That's Ketcher. Dribbles in the lane. It's cut off. They work the right side. Here's Brown. Maddie on the baseline. Reverse layup. Good! Nice shot that time by the co-captain, Maddie Brown. Her first basket.
Really good job by Maddie Brown. Up and under, reverse layup. Emma does a great job. Emma Gipple comes down, gives help defense, gives up the through shot by Maddie Brown. A great up and under layup by her.
20 seconds remaining in the first half. Dowling 25, Valley 22. Tigers with 5 team fouls. They actually have 1 to give. Dowling has 3 team fouls. So if Tigers want to foul here, they can. Let's see if they do. 7 seconds remaining. Here's Moore with it. Leaves it for Gipple, and it's deflected, and Emma gets it. She'll shoot the 3 at the horn. It's no good, and we go to halftime with Dowling leading 25-20. And Jim Cataldo, what a half we have seen here. Both teams have had pretty good leads. Dowling had a 7-point lead, as I mentioned earlier. Valley with a 6-point lead, but this has been quite the game with this environment. Fans are back, and it's packed.
Certainly the value of the three-point shot. You know, Lauren Frerich's having a tremendous first half, and you know, when you're feeling it, you know, you find a way to shoot it. But you know, what's interesting is not finding her the ball in the last 2.5 minutes in that quarter. But that's a little bit on Valley. Valley's finding the open, the hot shooter, and face guarding her, Lauren, I'm talking about, and you know, preventing her from shooting the ball.
All right, we'll take a break here at halftime. It's Dowling 25, Valley 22 in this girls contest. Along with Jimmy Cataldo, I'm Mark Amadale. We'll be joined by Clay Fieldking, the Dowling Catholic boys basketball coach, who makes his way here. And we'll take a break here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
What is the best gift ever? Giving a Catholic education is at the top of my list. Your contribution to CTO helps families send their children to our Catholic schools who otherwise could not afford it. In giving to CTO, you receive the best tax credits ever. Pledge or donate online at ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their future.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Wednesdays at 9 a.m., Thought of the Week on Iowa Catholic Radio, iowacatholicradio.com, and on demand on the Iowa Catholic Radio app, connecting listeners with Christ.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And we're back here at the Dowling Catholic High School Gymnasium alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadale, as Dowling girls lead here at halftime over Valley, 25-22. And now we have head coach Clay Fieldking of the Dowling boys basketball program. And, Coach, it's week 2. How you feeling after a couple weeks here at Dowling Catholic and that long bus ride at Fort Dodge? Yeah. You got one out of the way and a few more on tap.
Yeah, we're tired. No, it's good. It's all good. It goes fast. It's fast and furious, and but it's fun. The kids have done a great job. Tuesday was a late night going up to Fort Dodge, but kids did a lot of good things, and hopefully we carry some of that stuff into tonight.
Yeah, nice win for you up in Fort Dodge as you defeat the Dodgers 72-21. A lot of kids got to play. You like to see that. Part of the evaluation process. I know you're trying to see what's what groups work together, which ones don't. But I'll tell you what does. Drew Marles turned out to be a pretty good shooter for first time ever playing varsity basketball. Yeah. So you gotta like that.
Yeah, we do. I thought he struggled in the first game at Marshalltown. I think he was 1 for 12. But he's really settled and done a lot of good things for us. You know, he's capable and his confidence is high. He's aggressive. And it's been big for us. We need that lift offensively, and he's been able to provide it so far.
Coach, you're playing a lot of kids, 10 kids at last I count. I don't know who you got everybody in at Fort Dodge, but on a normal night, and I'm guessing this will be one of those normal nights against Valley, the Battle of West Des Moines. You like your rotation, and you got different, matchups you can use, but these are kids that don't have a whole lot of experience, at least varsity experience.
Yeah, really none. And we're still figuring it out. You know, we have 8 that we feel good about all of them. We have a solid 8. And then 9 and 10, we're trying to work in and still figure out what we have with a couple of our kids. But you're right, it's all new. It's combinations, it's matchups. There are a lot of variables that go into those decisions. But yeah, I would anticipate tonight would be an 8 to 10 player rotation, and we'll see if some kids can step up.
Well, first, Coach, I want to welcome you to your first Dowling Valley game. This has been such a rivalry, and yourself being from Urbandale, I'm sure you've seen from outside in this rivalry in so many sports. But I think you're going to see a little bit of what this is all about with the crowd, the student sections. I think when you look at that and the kids are feeling it, I'm sure a little bit more. How did you approach the last few days, knowing that you have a very good Valley team coming in to us tonight?
Yeah. There's a lot of respect, obviously, for those guys. And our kids are smart. They know how good this team is coming in. one thing we're not worried about is our guys being ready to play. Obviously a game like this, if anything, you got to bring them down to earth a little bit and hope they're not too emotional and too amped up. It's about execution. It's about slowing down a little bit and executing our game plan. And offensively, we got to put the ball in the basket.
So when you look at, the before Christmas run that you have and then the after Christmas run that comes, do you approach it any differently when you're trying to figure out your team a little bit for that second half run? Because once Christmas hits and then you're making that run for the playoffs and the seeding, how do you approach these two, in-season type blocks, if you will?
It's a great question. We're still in the, we're still figuring our guys out, and they're still figuring themselves out. And like we've talked about, it's new. It's new for most of our guys. Christmas break, I think, will give us time to work on things that need a lot of time, and then obviously we'll add some things and tweak things because we'll have the luxury of practice time to do that. Yeah, but then when January gets here, it's back to a grind, and it comes at you fast, and you're kind of adjusting from game to game and preparing for the next opponent.
But I think one of the things that you're probably seeing is your kids starting to get their basketball legs, which is a great thing, knowing the type of play that you're bringing here to our school, and I'm sure that gives you a sense of hope.
It really does. They've come a long way in the last week and a half. I mean, our guys are a completely different team in game one, and it's exciting. I think we're still just scratching the surface, so we just got to keep moving in the right direction, and I think we will.
Visit with Clay Fieldking, the head boys basketball coach at Dowling Catholic, here at halftime of the girls game. Dowling girls leading 25-22. And Coach Fieldking, the matchup tonight, is Coach Cataldo politely said to you, it's Dowling Valley. And there was quite a rivalry going on in that small gym. And I understand the Dowling sophomores got the victory, and we got a second-hand look because we had to start the girls broadcast here. But if it's anything like that sophomore boys game, what a matchup. And we got guys like Reardon, Stinson, and Bajik that are, players. And who's this kid that I think I saw his dad play? Curtis Stinson Jr. played at Iowa State. That's the matchup tonight. That's what Valley's going to bring. Wow.
Yeah, they're loaded. They're good.
Yeah, they are.
Rue and Eli are different. That size and athleticism and skill. We haven't seen that. I don't think anybody else in the state has that, to be honest with you, two of those types of kids. And so that'll obviously present huge challenges for us. And they're surrounded by good players. Stinson obviously is not your typical freshman. He's good. He doesn't look like a freshman and doesn't play like one, and the rest of their guys are capable of hurting you too. So we'll have our hands full for sure.
For Dowling, I like how your post players are. You've got Mata Brua, who normally starts, and he's averaging about 5.5 rebounds, 5 points. Then you bring in Jalen Pettis, and I just thought all he did was play football for Coach Wilson and Cataldo there. And Jalen's having a nice year, 7.5 points, 8.5 rebounds coming off the bench. So that one spot has really paid off dividends for Dowling Catholic.
Yeah, we need it. And you're right, it's by committee. Those two guys have done great. And they've been thrown in the fire. Those are the two kids that haven't played organized ball for 2 or 3 years, and jumping into a varsity game is a different speed. They're getting a lot better in a hurry, and they've done everything we've asked them to do. We're going to need a lot from them tonight again.
All right. Well, Coach, any keys tonight? What's the message in the locker room before we let you go?
Yeah, try to contain Eli and Ruitt. Those are their main guns. Easier said than done. Those kids can overwhelm me with their size. And for us, it's executing what we do on offense, making shots. If we make shots early, I think our kids will get settled and we'll be fine. If not, it's going to be hard to play from behind against a team like this. So first 5 minutes are going to be critical, and should be a fun ride.
All right, Coach. Well, best of luck in your first Dowling Valley game.
Thank you.
If you need any advice, Coach Cataldo can bring you some of that.
Come on down to the bench.
He's been. There you go, Jimmy. You got an invitation, an open one.
Usually I take those, but I think
he's going
Coach
to be
King's going to take a draw. I can tell you this. I think this gym is going to be suffocating tonight. I think the student sections are really going to bring it tonight, and I think Valley's at least going to feel it early. You stick with them throughout, and I think you're going to make a heck of a run tonight. So good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks,
guys.
Coach. Thanks for joining us.
Appreciate it.
All right, Clay Fieldking, Dowling boys basketball coach. We'll take a break here at halftime as Dowling girls lead Valley 25-22. We'll be back after these messages here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
This is Dale Ahlquist with a Chesterton Minute. Have you ever noticed that sometimes it's hard to get along with your family? That sometimes the people in your family are downright uncongenial? Well, G.K. Chesterton says that is precisely why the family is so important. Because it is often uncongenial. Every family is filled with the same problematical people that you find everywhere else. And so, anyone revolting against the family is simply revolting against mankind. As Chesterton says, Aunt Elizabeth is unreasonable, like mankind. Papa is excitable, like mankind. Our youngest brother is mischievous, like mankind. And so, if we can get along with our family, we can get along with anyone. Want more than a minute? Visit our website, chesterton.org.
Listener-supported Iowa Catholic Radio, 1150 AM KWKY Des Moines, 94.5 FM K233BT Des Moines, 88.5 FM KIHS Adel, 90.9 FM KLOX Creston.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym, underway here in the third quarter, and Julia Moore gets her first basket of the game and of the second half, and Dowling extends its lead 27-22 over Valley. Mark Amadil alongside Jimmy Cataldo. I want to thank Clay Fieldking for joining us here at halftime, the Dowling boys coach previewing their game, and Maroons out to a 5-point lead. Let's see what adjustments were made here in the second half. And now Brown with the ball for Valley. Both teams we know played a lot of man, so we haven't seen any zone defense whatsoever this year, Jimmy.
And the officials are letting them play. I mean, you look at the first half, we didn't really get to the 1-and-1 either team.
Now the ball poked away and a jump ball called. Good hustle that time by Dowling Catholic as Lauren Frerichs at the bottom of that. And she forced to tie it, but Valley will retain possession since the Maroons had the ball to start the third quarter. Again, other games going on. Johnson is at Southeast Polk. Ankeny Centennial on the road at Mason City tonight. These are all girl-boy doubleheaders. Lincoln's at Roosevelt, Marshalltown at Ankeny, Urbandale at Waukee, North at Hoover, and East at Ottumwa. Now a ball stolen away. They got the entry pass inside to Valley, and it's stolen away by Dowling. Zediker for three, no good. Weak side rebound is Frerichs, and he puts it up and in. Lauren Frerichs, 19 points in the contest. She had 17 at halftime, and she knocked down 5 threes in the first half, Jimmy.
She's shown a lot of confidence in this game. I mean, you look at the first time down, she sat on the baseline begging for the ball, and that's what you like to see out of your shooter tonight.
Now Gipple a steal. She took it away from Elise Yeager. Dowling starting their starting five. Corner three again, up and in and out, no good by Frerichs. Rebound, Gipple keeps the ball alive. And now a step back three, up and good, right in front of the Dowling bench by Zediker. Her first three for the freshman. Timeout Valley, and the Maroons now up 10 here in the second half, 32-22 with 6:06 remaining. We're going to take a break, a 1-minute break, here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Did you know you have a choice in your child's education? Smaller class sizes, dedicated teachers, a sense of community, and a caring learning environment. Whether it's in the classroom or at home, Diocese of Des Moines Catholic Schools deliver the best value in education, and we offer tuition assistance to help you afford it. Learn more about how the Catholic schools in the Des Moines Diocese might be the right choice for your child. Visit dmdiocese.org/schools.
This is Matt Wilkham, Executive Director for Iowa Catholic Radio. As 2021 draws to a close and we celebrate 15 years on the air, I'm overwhelmed with gratitude for all those who've sacrificed and given so much to make it happen. Now it's time to make sure Iowa Catholic Radio gets a strong start for the next year. Please consider a tax-deductible year-end gift. Call 515-223-1150 or donate online at iowacatholicradio.com. Donations must be postmarked by December 31st. Thank you.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym out of the Valley timeout. Tigers now down to 3 timeouts. Maroons have all 5 of theirs left as the Maroons lead it 32-22 over the Valley Tigers. Dowling on a 5-0 run to start the second half. And Lauren Frerichs now with 19 points in the contest to lead Dowling. And the Maroons now back on defense. They play man-to-man. Brown with it for Valley. Underneath. and gets it over in the corner. This is Anna Easton that was put in on that last time out by Coach Siegrist. Valley taking a lot of time here. Jimmy Easton with it. Now switch it over to the right side. Gets it to Hope.
Good, strong man-to-man defense out of Dowling. I mean, switching the picks, double teaming the dribble drive.
Here's steal by Zedeker, but picked up by Elise Yeager right in front of the Dowling, right in front of the Valley bench. Valley going right to left towards the south basket. It's ball stolen away. The entry pass stolen away by Emma Gipple.
Third turnover by Valley in this early second half. Just shows a little bit of strong defense.
There's Julia Moore in the lane. Her shot up, no good. Might have been partially blocked. Rebound Valley, and now the outlet pass to Brown. It's stolen away and tipped out of bounds. Will be Dowling basketball. Valley will bring in Ellen Litt. She'll replace Sophia Hope. J.C. Lucky checking out.
Bryn Ketcher.
And Ketcher in. So that's a rotation for Valley. Dowling going with Gipple in the post, along with Lauren Frericks and Layla Tritton. Julia Moore and Ava Zedeker, the five on the floor for Dowling. Dowling with the basketball in the front court. They work underneath. A shot up no good by Gipple from the left side. Rebound Tritton, and her shot is blocked. They get the entry pass into Gipple, and she loses it out of bounds, or rather into Ketcher. The ball saved by Ketcher from going out of bounds. Good hustle by Dowling on the offensive end.
Well, just showing you know what Lauren Frericks is bringing to this game tonight. She's getting the ball at the top of the key. They're having to come off and double team her. She finds Emma Gipple breaking to the basket. Emma just coming up a little bit short on her layup.
32-22. Dowling by 10. 4:10 remaining here in the third quarter. Packed house here at the Dowling Gym. Again, this game will be replayed on Mediacom TV beginning this weekend, later on this weekend and next week. And you'll see the crowd that's here. And now we got a whistle and a foul call. That'll be on Moore, and that'll be her third. So Julia Moore picking up foul number 3, and that'll bring in Marin Heller, who played a lot in the first half because of Julia's foul trouble.
You know, it's one of those things, you know, when you're a defensive stopper like Julia Moore is, you know, it's always the gamble you take, getting fouls early. Certainly you don't want to see it. Hopefully Marr can step in now.
All right, Valley with the basketball. Here's Ketcher with it between the circles. Dribble handoff goes to Litt. She dribbles the left side, guarded by Zedeker. Now they leave it for Ketcher for 3. Top of the key. Grazes the rim. It's no good. Fight for the rebound. Zedeker had it, lost it. And good hustle by Litt. She comes up with it. Valley retains possession. And now we've got 3 seconds in the lane on the Tigers as Yeager hit the deck and she couldn't get out of the lane in time.
5th turnover by Valley. You know, only halfway into the third. Coach Seifert's certainly doesn't like that, but that's what you get with a young team. You know, you take with the good with the bad, and that's what you're getting right now with the turnovers. It's a who's who tonight.
I'll tell you what, if it isn't the officials, it's the opposing coach that'll get you, and you got to watch that. Dowling with the ball, attacking the glass is Zedeker, and she's fouled as she goes to the hoop. And that foul will be on Maddie Brown, her second.
You're seeing Ava attack a little bit more the second half. You know, looking for her open shots. She was a little contained by Brown in the first half, but certainly taking it to the game here the second half.
First free throw by Zedeker is good. That is her 4th point. She was held scoreless in the first half. Matter of fact, Dowling only had 3 players score in the first half. Frericks had 17 points at halftime. She now has 19. Gipple had 3 at halftime, and Tritton 5 at halftime. Julia Moore and Zedeker were held scoreless, but now a substitution for the Maroons as Frericks has a seat on the bench. Second free throw by Zedeker, good. She has 5 points.
Macy Downing making her first appearance into this game. Girl like that is just itching to get off the bench. Excited to make a contribution.
Downing, one of the senior reserves, 5'7" junior, or senior rather, underneath. And there is a shot up and good by Maddie Brown, her 4th point. Maddie Brown and Meredith Reeker, the co-captains of this team, and Brown elected co-captain as a junior. You don't see that too often in many sports. Cuts the Dowling lead to 10, 34-24. Maroon's largest lead has been 12. Marin Heller with the basketball for the Maroons. Running the point, pull up at the left elbow. Her shot rolls off the rim, no good. Gipple fighting for the rebound, saved over to Tritton, and Dowling keeps possession. Here's Zedeker, pull-up jumper in the lane, good! She put a move on Maddie Brown, the senior, and how about that? Zedeker lightened it up. She now has 7 points.
And we talked about it in the pregame. Who's going to step up? In the first half, it was Frerick. Certainly in this early second half, it's Zedeker.
Now we got palming the basketball on Valley as Litt tried to make a move on the Maroon defense and carried the basketball. So we're going to bring back Julia Moore with 3 fouls, along with Lauren Frericks into the Dowling lineup. Sitting down will be Layla Tritton, the freshman, and Zedeker will have a seat on the bench. So a different lineup. And, yeah, kind of a slow start for the Maroons. They're really kicking it in here. But remember Fort Dodge. They were down 1 up there on Tuesday night.
And they have a complete breakout in their third quarter.
Yes, they did.
And that's what you're seeing tonight here in our third quarter.
Here is Dowling with the ball on the offensive end. And now a three-pointer by Heller is good right in front of the Dowling bench on the right baseline.
Great shot by Marr and Howard. Freshman stepping up. And it was all made by Lauren Frericks, driving to the basket, getting the double team, and then kicking out.
Dowling's largest lead is right now at 15 points. And now a whistle and a foul. They lob it in. And
Heller, yep.
Marin will pick up her first foul to go along with her 3 points. And out of bounds, let's see. Nope, they say it's shooting foul. 2 shots coming for Sophia Hope for Valley. She had 7 points at halftime. And the free throw good. Hope with 8. And the second free throw coming is no good. It's a back iron, rebounded by Dowling. Frericks with the rebound. Runs in the front court. And here's Frericks down the lane, cut off nicely by Brown on defense. Over to Moore. Julia playing with 3 fouls. Backs in, right block. Double team. Bounces or dribbles out of it. Now gets it over to Downing. Here's Moore down the left side and finally gets in the corner to Heller, avoided the travel. Heller with it, dribbles in the lane. Now dribbles back out. Minute 25 remaining in the third quarter. Dowling by 14. 39-25 over Valley. Heller in the lane, and she's going to be called for the travel. Good defense that time by Ellen Litt, the 5'3" sophomore for Valley.
You see Marr and Heller looking up at the clock as she's driving. I think she just got kind of caught up in the dribble drive. Great defense by Valley. You're seeing Brown now playing Lauren Frericks. So certainly their defensive stopper finding our hot hand.
All right, Rieker with it in the front court for Valley. Gets it in the baseline to Yeager. Yeager beyond the three-point arc. Passes over to Hope. They play catch in the perimeter, does Valley. Here's Litt with it over the left side. Now to Rieker. Rieker in the lane, a little Euro step. Her shot no good from the left side, but drew the foul. And the foul will be on Dowling. It'll be on Emma Gipple, her second.
Very good move by Rieker. Like you said, the Euro step with her left hand. And drawing the foul.
So Meredith Rieker, 5'9" senior, a co-captain, heading to Missouri Western for the play basketball for the Griffins. Her first free throw is good. That's her 3rd point of the night. She was held to a field goal in the first half, and that is just her 3rd of the night. And if anything, Dowling has really identified Valley's leading perimeter threat. Rieker, the leading 3-point shooter also. And the second free throw, no good. Offensive rebound, Valley. Good job that time by Sophia Hope keeping the drive alive. But the ball was tipped out of bounds. They say it went off of Brown. It'll be Dowling basketball.
And Dowling does a great job finding the 3-point shooter. You look at the other last Friday night in Ariana Jackson. Roosevelt's leading scorer did a great job covering the perimeter on her. Doing the same thing tonight.
We got a timeout called by Dowling as the Maroons will take a timeout. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Thanks for joining us tonight. We also want to thank Jennifer Phelps, who is our studio producer. I'm Mark Hamadel alongside Jimmy Cataldo. Dowling leading 39-26 with 47.8 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. This will be a Dowling timeout. So Maroons will have the ball. They'll inbound it right in front of Coach Seacrest's bench. So they have 3/4 of the court to go, but interested to see what kind of set play the Maroons will run here.
Well, certainly. You look at one of the keys here in the third quarter has been Valley's turnovers. Sitting on 6 turnovers in this third quarter alone becomes a big issue for them as they have these dead possessions.
All right, Yeager with 7 points. We'll go through some of the Valley scoring as we have it. 4 points for Maddie Brown, 3 points for Meredith Rieker, 7 points for Sophia Hope, and Bryn Ketcher off the bench with 4 points. For Dowling, Maren Heller with 3 points, 7 points for Ava Zediker, 3 points for Emma Gipple. Lauren Frericks, 19 points. She's hit 5 threes tonight for the Maroons, and 5 points for Layla Tritton. That's the scoring thus far as we come final 35 seconds of the third quarter. Here's Julia Moore with it. Kicks it out to Zediker, who's back in to Gipple. Also in there is Tritton for Dowling and Frericks. So Dowling's with their starting 5, Jimmy.
Valley's gone to a half-court trap, knowing that Dowling's looking for this for the last shot. Matchup zone, and there's your turnover.
Yeah, they try to get it to Tritton. Did Zediker. It's stolen away by Valley. And now an angle pass, diagonal pass underneath to Hope. A long 3 coming with 8 seconds. No good by Valley. And Lit. Rebound Tigers. Down the lane is Yeager. It's stolen away by Dowling. Moore shot at the horn is no good. Partially blocked by Brown. And we go to the end of the third quarter with the score. Dowling 39, the Valley Tigers 26, along with Jim Cataldo and Mark Hamadale, back with the fourth quarter from the Dowling Gym after these messages here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
60 Seconds with Archbishop Fulton J. Sheen.
Because God knows all things and because he is creator, it follows that every single thing in the world was made according to an idea or a pattern existing in the divine mind. Look round about you. You see a bridge, a statue, a painting, a building. Before any of these things began to be, they existed in the mind of the one who designed or planned them. In like manner, there is not a tree, a flower, a bird, an insect in the world that does not in some way correspond to an idea existing in the divine mind.
The people you know and trust are on EWTN.
And we're back here at the Dowling Catholic High School gym as the fans are coming alive. Everybody knows it's the fourth quarter. Dowling girls leading 39-26 over the Valley Tigers. Latest girls union poll in Class 5A came out yesterday. The Valley Tigers dropped from 7 to 11, and Dowling goes up from number 11 to 7. They both flip-flop. Maroons are 6-0 and ranked 7th, as I mentioned. Valley's 5-1. Tigers' loss was Tuesday night to Ankeny in Ankeny. And now here's Zediker on the first possession. Her shot up and no good by Dowling Catholic. Rebound comes out to Valley. 39-26 Maroons. And now the other way we go. Valley with the basketball. They attack the glass. The shot is up and good. The foul is going to be on Emma Gipple, her third.
It's Rieker taking the ball to the basket, strong with her left, forcing Emma Gipple to come over for help. Draws a foul, makes a basket. Dowling outscoring Valley 14-6 in that third quarter. Jim, you got to look at some of the statistics thus far. Well, you're right now. Dowling shooting 5 for 15 from the field, and shooting 6 out of, a lot of them being from Lauren Frericks. 5 threes by Lauren Frericks, 1 by Zediker. Right now shooting 6 for 24 from 3. All right. Are they accurate? You're gonna compare the book with the official stats later? I feel good tonight. Okay. I may go official tonight. Do you want me to feed them? I'm normally unofficial, but tonight I feel good. I feel like I may go official. Shall we text them to the MediaCom group? Laura Leonard up there with BJ Shaban. I'm glad to do that. Give me something to work with here. I'll trust you. Dowling with the ball and now losing her balance and falling down is Frericks, and Valley now with the steal. They're in the front court. Here's Lit with it, and she's fouled. Game's going to tighten up a bit. Moore picks up her 4th foul. So Julia will be taken out of the game immediately as Maren Heller will check in. I think right now, you're up 10. Your best defender has to go to the bench probably for the next 5 minutes, 7 minutes left in the game. I imagine she's going to come in with about 3, maybe 2 minutes left. Hopefully you can have a good defensive stop. Here's Yeager in the lane. Turnaround shot, good. Little hook shot from the left block by Yeager. Elise with 9 points. That's her first basket of the second half. Full court pressure by Valley. Moon's trying to break it. Heller in the front court.
Gets it to Tritton. Underneath to Gipple, and her shot is up and no good, but foul called on Valley's Elise Young, and that'll be Elise Yeager. That'll be her first.
I thought we handled the press pretty good there. I mean, when you're looking at Marin and Heller, and you're looking at Tritton, two young athletes for us, handling the pressure pretty well.
And the first free throw, no good by Gipple. Emma tonight with 3 points. Credit Valley with defending her, and Lauren Frericks has stepped up big tonight with 19 points. Second free throw is good, so 4 points now for Gipple. And it's 40-31, Dowling by 9. So the 15-point lead whittled to 9 with 6.5 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Front court is lit. Who's getting the responsibility now, running the point for Valley. The pass goes the right side to Sophia Hope. Now over to Rieker. Meredith down the lane, left-handed shot, good off the glass, right around Zedeker.
Second time in a row, Rieker taking the ball to the basket with her left. Certainly a good tell for Ava Zedeker, and let's see if she overplays her left next time down the court.
Rieker with 8 points after a slow start, had 2 in the first half, and that was back in the first quarter, and she's responded here. 40-33, the Dowling lead now 7 as we approach the 6-minute mark before a packed house here at the Dowling Gym. Hats off to both teams for showing up. The Valley student body to our left across the row. Here's Frericks with it. She kicks it out. Dowling being somewhat patient as Valley stays man-to-man here, Jimmy.
Well, you're seeing, Frericks really hasn't found her shot much this second half, and credit Valley for the defense.
Frericks, three-point line extended. Pass the top of the key to Heller. Marin with it. Now directing traffic with Moore on the bench with 4 fouls for Dowling. There's Zedeker with it, guarded by Brown. Zedeker coming off a ball screen by Gipple, launches a 3, up off the back iron, no good. Hits the top of the backboard, and nearly stolen away by Heller. And Rieker keeps control of the basketball. Rieker guarded by Heller. Senior guarded by a freshman.
Dowling playing with 3 freshmen right now, but certainly a little bit of a forced 3-point shot, up 7. Still want to work a little bit of clock.
And the Tigers thrown away as Hope tried to get rid of it and tried to get it to Rieker, and Dowling's going to call a timeout. So with 5:04 remaining here in the fourth quarter, we'll have a full timeout. It's Dowling Catholic 40, the Valley Tigers 33 here in this girls contest. Reminder, the boys game is coming up here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Back after these messages.
Thought of the day with Monsignor Frank Bagnano.
Eleanor Roosevelt once said something that is very true. Happiness is not something we can directly acquire. It's a byproduct of something else. It seeps into our consciousness and emotions when we choose to do the right thing, the best thing. I become basically happy when I do my best as a parent, or when I do my best at work, or reach out to help somebody else, or fulfill my responsibilities, whether others notice it or not. Suddenly, strangely, I'm happy. Don't go after happiness directly. It will elude you. Just try to be the best version of yourself. Do everything with peace and for the right reason, and happiness will be there as a byproduct. And that is today's thought of the day.
And we're back here at the Dowling Catholic High School gym. Full house tonight. And Dowling girls leading 40-33 with about 5 minutes, just under 5 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Alongside Jim Cataldo, I'm Mark Amadale. Thank you for joining us tonight. Studio producer tonight, Jennifer Phelps on the board. Thank Jennifer for all her work. Dowling with the ball, and they're getting very patient here. I know Coach Meyer drew up a play here specifically, and let's see if the Maroons can get it off here. As Heller in the lane, pull-up jumper, good! The freshman right over the senior on that shot.
Tremendous job by Marr and Helen. Finding her groove in the middle lane, getting a little bit of separation, knocking down a heck of a 5-foot shot.
In the lane, Valley, a shot by Litt is no good, and we're going to have a jump ball on the rebound. Who else in the middle of that? Gipple, along with Valley's Elise Yeager. As the ball rolls down to the far end, it'll be possession arrow Valley. Maroons with a 9-point lead with 4.5 to play here in the fourth quarter. Jimmy, we do have some people out and about that couldn't make the game tonight. One of them happens to be bowling, and I think you and I both know who that might be, but I think he probably wants more scoring from us. So just FYI as we go down the stretch here. Yeah, bowling on a Friday night.
Anytime you can get the bumper bowls out or bumper gutters out, I mean, makes for a fun evening.
That keeps
for
the ball,
50-year-old.
as I've been told, it keeps the ball out of the gutters for those 50-year-olders. So like that. All right, Valley being patient. Long three in the corner, no good by Sophia Hope at the weak side rebound, Valley, and Meredith Rieker. So Rieker keeps the possession alive for Valley. We're under 4 minutes to play, and Dowling by 9. What an exciting girls game and a top 15 matchup between the two clubs. Here's Hope on the baseline, cut off by Gipple. Keep in mind, foul trouble. Julia Moore has 4 fouls. Now reverse layup by Rieker is no good, but she draws the foul, and that'll be on Gipple, and that'll be her 4th. So a couple of Dowling players with foul trouble. They have 4. That is Gipple and Moore. For Valley, Maddie Brown with 2 fouls, and nobody else for the Tigers more than 1, or more than 2, rather. Free throw by Rieker, good. Tonight's game, the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, sponsored in part by Skeffington's Formal Wear, the Catholic Tuition Organization, and Mercy One. Alongside Jim Cataldo and Mark Emmerdale, thanks for joining us tonight. As the first free throw, as we mentioned, good by Rieker, and she now has 9 points here, Jimmy.
Short, hopefully it's going to be a short bench ride by Gipple, but taking her out with 4 fouls with just under 4 minutes to go, it's not a bad thing. Ellie Olsen making her first appearance into the game tonight.
All right, we got
for Dowling.
Timeout on the floor after Rieker makes both free throws. She now has 10 points, 3:40 remaining. Here in the fourth quarter, we'll time out on the court. 42-35, Dowling by 7 over Valley. Back in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and pre- and post-operative care. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Dental Associates, addressing your smile needs and dreams. 515-225-6742. Des Moines-DentalAssociates.com. Thank you, Dental Associates, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One, your expert circle of personalized care for all your health needs. With more care locations than anyone, your best life is their one purpose. Find your doctor at mercyone.org.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym as the Maroons now with the basketball, leading by 7 over the Valley Tigers. Mark Emmerdale alongside Jimmy Cataldo as we're in the final stretch here of the fourth quarter. 3:25 remaining, and Dowling pulling the ball out here a little bit, Jimmy.
I think it's a smart move by Coach Marr, right? You get your best rebounder, your top scorer on the bench with foul problems. You got your best defender in Julia Moore on the bench with foul trouble. If you can buy a minute or two here, holding the ball, it's a great thing for these girls.
Yeager picks up the foul for Valley. That's her second. Third team foul on Valley, so they got 3 to burn here, 3 fouls to give. Maroons just going to play a little keep away as we approach the 3-minute mark. Team fouls, 6 on Dowling, 3 on Valley. Timeouts remaining. Dowling has 3 at their disposal, 2 for Valley. Keller with it. She won't shoot the 3.
Dowling with 4 freshmen on the court. Be very interesting to see how they handle the
There's
the
Frerichs
pressure.
with it on the baseline. Her shot up and no good, but she drew the foul. Rieker will pick up the foul for the Valley Tigers. That'll be her second. And Jimmy, fast forward to a year from now, we'll have the shot clock, and that'll really change things because you can hold the ball, but only for 30, 35, 40, whatever seconds they decide the shot clock will be nationally, as a free throw is good by Frerichs.
I think it changes the game completely here in Central Iowa. I mean, you see a lot of teams will pull the ball out, do a 3-person weave up top, killing the clock, completely changing the game here in Central Iowa, and then if not just the state of Iowa.
Sure. All right, first free throw good. Second free throw good by Frerichs. She now has 21 points to lead all scorers tonight as she is 2 for 2 at the line and Dowling up to a 9-point lead, 44-35 over Valley. Tigers with it in the front court. They go right to left. Here's Maddie Brown with it, right corner. They work underneath, beautifully underneath to Yeager, and shoots and scores. Nice entry pass by Brown.
It's a high percentage shot by Valley. I mean, that's what you're looking for. Quick on a possession. then start the press back up. And there's your turnover by Dowling.
Yeager with 11 points, and now we've got a collision and a foul. And they're going to get Zedeker for the foul. And getting up slowly, and I think she's going to be fine, is Rieker. And they'll initiate the foul here. The foul will be on Dowling. It'll be on Frerichs, and that's her first.
Valley now going to the line one-on-one for the remaining of the 2:24 in the final game. Gipple ready to check in at the next dead ball.
So Rieker at the free throw line, where she is just a 48% free throw shooter on the year, as the Maroons take Ellie Olson out, who was in there just briefly. A little offense-defense. As Gipple comes in with 4 fouls, we're going to see a lot of that. Moore will probably be in there, and she is. And free throw is no good. Front of a 1-on-1 by Rieker. Rebound Dowling.
Close game. Coach Seifert, I'm sure, is just shaking his head over there, really hoping to take advantage of these free throws.
Rieker with 10 points, but missed the free throw. 44-37 Dowling, 2:11 remaining. And now Moore loses the ball and gets it out to Heller.
Officials really letting them play here.
And now near steal by Brown, and now ball loose on the floor, and it's stolen by Yeager. Down court to Brown, layup up and good. The basket will count, and the foul on Dowling. Wow, what a flurry there, and Valley got it with their defense.
Just, again, a little bit of the officials letting them play, which you like to see, especially in games like this. Seeing some youth come out and protecting the basketball.
Sure. 6 points now for Brown. Foul was on Heller, her second. And an and one coming for Brown, and it's good.
Yep.
So, timeout called on the floor with 1:58 remaining in the fourth quarter. It's Dowling 44, Valley 40. Back in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
This is a Young Catholic Minute. Do I have to believe everything the church teaches?
Would you join the NRA if you hated guns? Be a doctor if you intended to make people sick? Win the World Series if you were the Chicago Cubs? No way! If you did, you'd be doing something completely contradictory to what you're supposed to be. In the same way, if you say you're Catholic, that means you believe and do your best to live out everything the church teaches. And although that doesn't mean we can't ask questions, it does mean that you have to have faith in the truth that is Christ and His church. So what about groups like Young Catholics for a Free Choice or Dignity? Well, they're kind of like doctors who decided that they like the idea of doctorness, but don't really need all that traditional nonsense about making people better. They've rejected the very meaning of Catholicism, that there is one objective truth and His name is Jesus. What's the term for someone who rejects the truth in favor of a lie? A heretic. That's not a very pretty word, but at least it's honest.
For more, go to youngcatholicminute.com.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym, packed house. We're going to have a great finish. Dowling leading 44-40 over the Valley Tigers, a pair of top 15 Class 5A teams going at it. Dowling will inbound the ball after the timeout, which reminds me, both teams have 2 timeouts at their disposal. Heller now dribbling across the timeline for Dowling Catholic. That is Marin Heller, the 5'4 freshman at the point. Out here gets it to Julia Moore, playing with 4 fouls. Back to Zedeker, another freshman. Ava dribbles a couple times to the free throw line, gets it to Moore. Julia looking to score, and she goes underneath, can't get a shot off.
Great decision by Julia there. May have had a layup opportunity, but they would have been contested.
Gets to Frerichs, now inside to Gipple. So all 5 Maroons have touched on this possession. 1:23 remaining. 14 fouls and a timeout called by Dowling, and Zedeker with the heads-up play. We'll keep it here with 1:20 remaining. It's 44-40, Dowling by 4, and the Maroons ran some clock there, Jimmy.
40 seconds.
And they were just looking for an uncontested layup. Otherwise, they were just going to hold the ball, and that's what happened. Now, Valley's got a couple fouls to give. They only have 14 fouls, and they got 2 fouls to give before the free throws start.
Being down 4, you're probably going to see them use up at least 2 of those fouls here with this next possession. Getting down to 1:20 in the game. Dowling playing a little bit of keep away. Certainly want to make sure that you get your possessions with needing 2 possessions to at least tie the game.
And tonight's game on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, sponsored in part by Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, and by Mercy One. Alongside Jim Cataldo, I'm Mark Amadale. And I want to thank Jennifer Phelps on the board at the studios of Iowa Catholic Radio. Setting up for a great finish here. We'll have the boys' game after this one is over. And now Heller in the front court. Dribbles through traffic, and now Zedeker double team. They say it went off her foot. What a job by Maddie Brown, the co-captain for Valley, bouncing the ball, deflecting the ball off of Zedeker's foot.
There's your defensive stopper, Maddie Brown. Zedeker gets the ball into a tough spot into the corner of the half court. Maddie coming over. You can take a little bit of a chance, being able to give up 3 fouls.
Dowling going offense, defense with Gipple and Moore. They have not gotten subs in yet, and they're going to stay in on defense here with them. 65 seconds remaining. Valley with the basketball, Dowling by 4. Tigers running their dribble weave on the perimeter. They get it to Hope. Sophia Hope coming off a ball string. Backdoor cut to Reeker. Puts up a shot. It's partially blocked by Zedeker. Rebounded by Heller. The 2 freshmen involved for Dowling, and the Maroons have it. They get it to Julia Moore. Moore dribbles to half court. She's double teamed. And a whistle and a reach-in foul called on Valley. They'll get Reeker for it, I believe. And they do.
Certainly not a bad foul by Valley. Really putting a lot of pressure on Julia double teaming.
They got 1 to give. That's a 15 foul on Valley. And Dowling's just got to try to muscle it through. Valley going offense, defense here as they'll bring in J.C. Lucky and Bryn Ketcher in. Out goes Sophia Hope and Ellen Litt, who has done a great job off the bench for the Tigers. Now the Maroons inbound the ball, and Gipple's pass to Zedeker too strong, out of bounds to Valley.
Just not really needing to pressure an inbounds pass like that. Certainly take your time. A little bit of youth coming out on that.
Yeah.
But not having timeouts right now, I'm sure Coach Marr would have liked to set up something and get the girls to understand.
Well, the board has 1 timeout left for Dowling. Valley has 2, and I think the Tigers are going to take a full timeout. We will also. 39 seconds remaining. The score, Dowling 44, Valley 40. In the fourth quarter here at the Dowling Gym, back in 1 minute, here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
What is the best gift ever? Giving a Catholic education is at the top of my list. Your contribution to CTO helps families send their children to our Catholic schools who otherwise could not afford it. In giving to CTO, you receive the best tax credits ever. Pledge or donate online at ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their future.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formalware, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formalware, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Listen to Be Not Afraid with Father Fabian Moncada and Father P.J. McManus Tuesday mornings at 9 on Iowa Catholic Radio and on demand at iowacatholicradio.com and the Iowa Catholic Radio app.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. 34 seconds remaining. Valley with the basketball, trailing by 4. Tigers with it. Now they play catch on the perimeter. Here's Reeker. Off to Hope. Down the left side, guarded by Gipple, who has 4 fouls. Now a backdoor cut to Reeker. Her shot off the glass too strong. Rebound Valley. That's Yeager with it. Out to Litt for 3. It missed everything. No good, but the offensive rebound hits the guy wire on top, and that was Sophia Hope, the sophomore rebounder. And puts the putback, and that'll be Dowling basketball with Jimmy. 12.6 seconds remaining before a packed house here at the Dowling Gym.
Certainly 2 good looks by Valley, coming up short on that 3.
Now the Maroons will inbound the ball as Julia Moore will throw it in underneath the Valley basket. Gets to Heller, and she's fouled immediately by J.C. Lucky.
That was their last foul to give.
So with 11.6 seconds remaining.
Next foul will be 1-1 for Dowling with 11 seconds left.
Dowling by 4. We've been stuck on this score for about 2 minutes.
Yep.
That's a 16 foul on Valley. Dowling has 18 fouls. Julia Moore will throw it in. Zedeker's out there along with Gipple for the Maroons, along with Frericks and Heller. Here's Heller with a dribble between traffic, and a foul is going to be on Brown, and I think she's all right. Let's see. Nope, they didn't call it on her. They called it on Reeker, her 4th. So free throws coming for the young freshman for Dowling, and that's the 5'4" freshman Marin Heller. And she'll get the front end of a 1-and-1. I mentioned a few people that I thought was out bowling. One I thought would be coaching tonight. And I'd like to say a shout out to the Grandview men's basketball coach, Dennis Schaefer. Schaefer, good to hear from you. As a free throw up, hits the back iron and goes through, unlike a Jimmy Cataldo shot. That might have rimmed out on the backyard at the Scigliano Palace, but it's no good. It is good, rather. So Heller off the bench with 6 points. Dowling leads by 5. Make it 6. Both free throws good. How about that ice water by the freshman? Valley with the inbounds play. A long three at the horn is good by Meredith Reeker. She now has 13 points. They're going to put time back on the clock, so we'll keep it here. Yep, 1.8 seconds remaining. 46-43. Dowling by 3, and now the officials will huddle and get this right. Dave Souther, Joey Townsell, and Chris Crawford. One of them was giving Mr. Cataldo the business before the game. Two of them will give me the business after the game, I'm sure, because I'll get a few messages. So
long shot by Reeker there. Has to be about 25 feet out.
Great shot right in front of the Valley bench.
Big shot. Down 3 now. 1.8 seconds left.
Now that's what they have on the board, but they're going to put time back on the clock, I believe. I want to mention Ashworth Vision Clinic. Our thanks to them, along with Skeffington's Formal Wear and the Catholic Tuition Organization, for supporting our broadcast here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Joel Danner, the Dowling assistant, looks at me, and I said, "Hey, there's no booth review.
No,
it's just like, okay, what'd you see? There's three sets of eyes." And Coach Cataldo, what do you think should be on the clock?
Well, you know what? I told you, Joey Townsell is a tremendous official, and I say that hoping that he hears me because he does a lot of the underclassmen games, and hopefully we'll get a call here or there.
Well,
next
here
fall.
we go. 2.0 seconds. That's what they agreed on. And it'll be Dowling inbound the ball.
Run the baseline here.
Man-to-man full court pressure by Valley. And they throw it into Heller. She's fouled immediately, and they'll take off a few tenths of a second as the foul will be on Ellen Litt. That'll be her first foul, 7th, 18th foul on the Maroons, or rather on the Tigers. The Maroons will go to the free throw line in the presence of Marin Heller, the 5'4" freshman off the bench. And she'll have the front end of a 1-and-1. 46-43 Dowling. 1.1 second remaining. Free throw good. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Dowling will back everybody off the line. What a game.
Great shot by Marin.
What a game.
Student section yelling in her backswing.
Second free throw, no good. And rebound Valley, and the long court, half-court shot by Litt is no good, and that'll end it. 47-44, Dowling holds off the Valley Tigers. The Maroons now have won their first 7 games of the 2021 and 2022 season. Dowling now 7-0 and ranked 7th. Valley falls to 5-2. They're now ranked number 11 in Class 5A. Jimmy, what a game we saw as we go here to the postgame show. We got numbers to get all wrapped up.
Certainly got to add some of these up, but like you said, it was a tremendous game by the Dowling girls in a relatively packed facility. But you see some great play out of your youth. Tremendous first half by Lauren Frericks. Certainly Valley did a number on her in the second half, defending her, moving Maddie Brown over, but then Ava Zedeker stepping up, hitting some shots in the second half. But how about the free throws by the young freshman, Marin Heller, hitting 4 free throws there late in the fourth quarter as the game was in doubt. But shoot, at one point, Dowling being up 14 points in the fourth quarter, Valley made a heck of a run to cut it to 3, but certainly great job by the young freshman, Marin Heller, making some free throws at the end.
All right, final score. Dowling 47, Valley 43 in game 1, the girls' game. The boys' teams are out there warming up. We'll take a break, come back, and total up the girls' contest here from the Dowling Gym. Along with Jimmy Cataldo, this is Mark Amadale and our studio producer, Jennifer Phelps, back with our post-game show of the girls' game here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
This is Dale Ahlquist with a Chesterton Minute. Have you ever noticed that the world associates fanaticism with religion? But G.K. Chesterton says that the strangest fanaticism that fills our time is the fanatical hatred of morality, especially of Christian morality. It is the irreligious who are fanatical in their hatred of religion. They hate religion because religion is the only basis for morality. They hate morality because it is clear. And they prefer things to be vague. Vague to the point where they can call wrongs rights. But we cannot call something a right when it defies God's laws. We can only call it a sin, because all rights come from God, and God is not going to break his own laws. Neither should we. Want more than a minute? Visit our website, chesterton.org.
All right, we're back here at the Dowling Catholic High School gym alongside Jim Cataldo. I'm Mark Amadale. The end of Game 1. And it was the Dowling girls a winner tonight over the Valley Tigers, 47-43. And are you ready to take this, or you need some stuff out of me? I know you probably.
I know I'm going to need makes. I certainly have the number of attempts that both Valley and Dowling shot, both from the field and both from three.
All right, makes for Dowling in the fourth quarter, one field goal for the Maroons. Everything else was the free throw line. Dowling went 6 for 8 at the free throw line in the fourth quarter. For Valley, they had 5 makes, Jimmy, 5 2-point makes and 1 3-point make. As we do this live on the air, we're just sharing our stats. So let me run down the scoring first, as that is all totaled up. We'll start with the visitors from Valley, whose record now falls to 5-2 on the season for head coach Joseph Sechrist. And the Tigers had one player in double figures. That was Meredith Reeker, their only senior on the team. She had 2 points at halftime. She finished with 13 points as she went 4 of 6 at the free throw line. And she was followed by Sophia Hope, the 5'10 sophomore, with 8 points for Valley. And Elise Yeager, was in double figures with 11 points. So it was Yeager with 11 and Reeker with 13 in double figures. Maddie Brown, the senior co-captain, with 6 points and 4 points for Bryn Ketcher off the bench for the Tigers, as Valley was 5 of 10 at the free throw line. Tigers outscored Dowling in the fourth quarter 17-8. For Dowling, the Maroons had one player in double figures, and that was Lauren Frericks with 21 points. 8 points off the bench for Marin Heller. She knocked down 3 of 4 free throws in the final minute of the contest. 7 points for Ava Zediker, 5 points for Layla Tritton, and Emma Gipple held the 4 points tonight for Dowling, as the Maroons went 9 of 11 at the free throw line. Jimmy?
Other girls stepping up. I mean, that's kind of what we talked about at pregame was who's going to step up. You have several girls who can make shots. Tonight it was Lauren Frerich's night. But I have Dowling shooting from the field 10 of 21. Total from the field 7 of 21 from 3, with Valley shooting 10 of 20 from the field, 2-point shots, and then 3 of 7 from 3-point range. So again, great shooting night by Lauren Frericks, certainly in the first half. Contained a little bit in the second half. Other girls stepping up in the second. Foul trouble came into play a little bit with Dowling tonight. Emma Gipple was having to sit a few minutes with 4. Your defensive stopper, Julia Moore, having to sit a fair amount with 4 fouls. But other girls stepping up, and how about the youth of this young Dowling team?
They're fun to watch. And, again, they trailed Tuesday night up at Fort Dodge by 1 at halftime. And as you mentioned, kind of found their way in that third quarter, same way tonight, as the Maroons outscored Valley 14-6 in that third quarter. But Valley mounted a charge. They outscored Dowling 17-8 in the fourth quarter, and the Maroons win it by 4, 47-43 over Valley, as Dowling goes to 7-0 on the season. Up next for the Maroons, it'll be a week from this Friday night. Dowling will be at Southeast Polk. The Southeast Polk Rams ranked number 6 in Class 5A, and they'll take on number 7 Dowling Catholic. And for the Valley Tigers, they have 2 games next week. They'll be home both nights, Tuesday night against Ottumwa and Friday night against Waukee, and both doubleheaders start at 6:15, girl-boy doubleheader. So we want to thank Joe Sechrist and his staff at Valley, as the Tigers fall to 5-2 and Dowling 7-0. And Jimmy, thanks for holding on here. And, hey, thanks for leaving your son's game early just so you could be on our pregame show. I could have winged it for a while. Now, if it went overtime, that might be different. But the Dowling sophomore boys, undefeated, is that right so far?
So far undefeated.
Wow.
Good athletic team. But, just the basketball programs in general. You look at the girls, Coach Marr really bringing a lot to the several levels that we have here. And you look at the Dowling boys that you're going to see and hear the second game has a true challenge tonight. Be interesting to watch a lot of this game. I think this. You look at our student section and it's full to the brim. You look at Valley student section and they're taking up 2 sections. when normally our visiting teams take up one. So I think it's just going to be an electric crowd, and they're still coming in, as you can see from the doorway.
Jimmy, thank you very much, and we'll talk to you next Friday night from Southeast Polk High School. Jim Cataldo, my broadcast partner tonight. We'll take a break, come back, and Steve DeVinny will join us. 1 day removed from the big 0 birthday, and Steve will join us tonight. Again, the final score in the girls contest. It was the Dowling girls holding off the Valley Tigers 47-43 in Game 1. And we'll be back with Game 2. We'll preview the boys contest. Third-ranked Valley boys taking on Dowling here from the Dowling Gym here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Did you know you have a choice in your child's education? Smaller class sizes, dedicated teachers, a sense of community, and a caring learning environment. Whether it's in the classroom or at home, Diocese of Des Moines Catholic Schools deliver the best value in education, and we offer tuition assistance to help you afford it. Learn more about how the Catholic schools in the Des Moines Diocese might be the right choice for your child. Visit dmdiocese.org/schools.
This is Matt Wilkham, Executive Director for Iowa Catholic Radio. As 2021 draws to a close and we celebrate 15 years on the air, I'm overwhelmed with gratitude for all those who've sacrificed and given so much to make it happen. Now it's time to make sure Iowa Catholic Radio gets a strong start for the next year. Please consider a tax-deductible year-end gift. Call 515-223-1150 or donate online at iowacatholicradio.com. Donations must be postmarked by December 31st. Thank you.
And we're back here at the Dowling Catholic High School gym on a Friday night as Game 1 in the books. Dowling girls a winner in Game 1. Now we've got the Dowling Valley boys contest, and this will be an interesting matchup. Steve DeVinny, welcome and a happy belated birthday to you. I understand you were out celebrating yesterday, and congratulations, Steve. They call you Grandpa now. Now you've earned it with another 0 on the back end of your age.
Mark, I do know this. We graduated the same year from high school, okay? You got a couple fossils on the radio.
I knew that was coming.
Nobody cares about what we think.
Nobody does.
But
that includes home.
But it's a pleasure to be here. And yes, I'm officially way over the hill.
Well, you don't look a day over 30, so I'll give you that. Keep yourself in great shape, and you've been blessed with great health, and here we are tonight. Can you believe this atmosphere? Back-to-back nights. Last Friday night, Dowling Roosevelt, and tonight, what a crowd, Dowling Valley. And I'm glad to see the crowd back. I saw it last night with Iowa State. Not me being an Iowa State fan, but that's what you want to see. Everybody coming out and supporting their teams. And tonight it's a high school level, and they're here tonight, boy. You can hear them.
Yeah. You know, growing up as a kid, loving all this stuff, and then watching my children go through it, but
all three of them.
Yeah, there's just nothing really like it. If this is what you enjoy, athletic competition, there's nothing like it. These 8th grade kids that we have in the program now that we're trying to get some of these guys ready for the high school, I saw a few of them walking in tonight, and this atmosphere is really electric, and this has been going on for 50 years between these two schools, and how many great athletes have played in this rivalry throughout the years in all these different sports that have gone on to play in college and some professional. And, I mean, these are really, really good schools and proud athletic traditions. It's unbelievable.
And you mentioned that it's tremendous programs and good coaching at the lower levels. And it's guys like you and the ones behind the scenes, both for Valley and Dowling. That's what the feeder system is all about. It's not about, showing up freshman year and having to start over. You can't do that in any program. You got to start with the youth. You're a big part of that here with Dowling. And I know Coach Windhorse and Coach Secrets for Valley do that with their girls and boys programs.
Yeah, no, the kids, they start young, even long before we have them, and they're well coached, and their parents go ahead and get them camps and whatnot to refine their skills. But on these showdowns like this, you said off the air, MediaCom is here for the television,
right?
And man, if you're a kid in high school and you love sports, there's nothing like this.
And we saw some Dowling freshmen step up with ice water in their veins, trying to put this game away. And, that's a testament to what's coming through and how ready they are. And we certainly saw that tonight as the 7th-ranked Dowling girls ran their record to 7-0 with win tonight over number 11 Valley. So let's take a look at this boys matchup. Dowling boys, a big winner, as we had Clay Field King on at halftime over the Fort Dodge Dodgers on Tuesday night. Dowling winning 72-21 in Fort Dodge. So Maroons are now 2-2 on the season. They got their first win a week ago. The Valley Tigers ranked third, but they got their first loss on Tuesday night. They traveled to Ankeny, and Ankeny handed the Valley Tigers a 61-55 loss, and that was kind of a surprise to everybody. The two teams that are only going to play each other once this year, and the Ankeny Hawks showing some muscle up there.
Yeah, that surprised me a little bit as well, Mark, but as you know and all the coaches know, there really aren't very many nights off in the CIML, so you got to be ready to go. And Ankeny played well. Maybe perhaps the Tigers didn't shoot it quite as well, but on a visiting court, they just didn't quite get her done, and so they're looking to get back on track, and the Maroons are looking to stay hot. So it should be a great game.
Well, we found out Dowling has a pretty good shooter in Drew Morrow. He didn't have his best game on your old court up at Marshalltown to start the season a couple weeks ago on a Tuesday night, but he has really picked up the pace. He and Charlie Stewart, along with the two post players. Mata Brua gets a start for Dowling in the post, and then Jalen Pettis comes in, and combined, they're averaging double figures in points and in rebounds, and that's a nice benefit for Coach Steele King because he's got two players that didn't play basketball last year in both Brua and Pettis.
Yeah, they're both really athletic. They're undersized a little bit in the post, but they can get some quickness. They can out-quick some of their opponents that are taller, but it'll be a decided height disadvantage for the Maroons tonight. Valley Tigers got 6'9", 6'8", 6'7", and the Maroons' tallest kid that at least gets minutes is probably 6'2", 6'3". So it should be interesting to see how the Maroons attack it and how Valley tries to attack the Maroons with that height advantage.
Well, Drew Marr, the leading scorer for Dowling, the junior, playing his first year of varsity basketball, averaging 15.5 points. And lights out at the free throw line, 19 for 20 at the line for 95% shooting. He and Charlie Stewart are two players in double figures. We mentioned Brua and Pettis, the leading rebounders. Pettis off the bench, leading rebounder with 8.5 rebounds, and Brua with 5.5 for Dowling Catholic. And now for Valley. How about Eli Reardon? Reardon, Notre Dame recruit, averaging 22 points, 8 rebounds, leads the team in steals and blocks. And he and Ruitt Bajik. And Ruitt was here at Dowling at one time for a couple years, and now he's over at Valley, played there last year. Ruitt's averaging 13.5 points, 6.5 rebounds. Those are two big dudes. Ruitt at 6'9", and Reardon at 6'7", and then you have this young man whose dad's to your right, Curtis Stinson Jr., and the old man played at Iowa State there in the first row, Steve. Yeah. So he has stepped up big. He is a starter as a freshman for Coach Windhorse.
Yeah, well, if you ever saw his daddy play and he got any of that.
He did.
There's no surprise as to why he's on the floor. His dad was a special talent, and I'm sure the young man is too.
All right, let's take a look at tonight's starters. First of all, for the visitors from the Valley. Does he need these? We got this in the last time with the officials egging on the media row. This is press row. I told him he had to have a credential to be up here.
Joey Townsell. I used to referee with him. That's how long he's been doing it.
Oh, my gosh.
He went on to achieve great status, even doing some Division I stuff.
Yes, he has.
They threw me out of the sport when I was about 30. So.
They say, Steve, wear your glasses, not your contacts. And then everything changed. All right, let's take a look at the starting lineups for Valley. The head coach is B.J. Windhorse in his 9th year at Valley and his 21st year of coaching overall. He's 148 wins, 42 losses at Valley, assisted by Matt Carter. And how about this? Sophomore head coach is Willie Thornton, along with Kevin Pierce. And they brought Willie back, and he gave me a little nudge during the girls' game, so good to see him back on the bench.
Willie's the best.
Yeah, we'll start at this lineup. At one guard, Cade Grevengood for Valley, a 6-foot senior, averaging 6 points on the season. He'll wear number 20. The other guard is Mason Morrow, the quarterback from the football team, a 6-foot senior, averaging 6.5 points. He'll wear number 24. The third guard is Curtis Stinson Jr., a 6'3" freshman, averaging 7.5 points in the season. He'll wear number 30. At one forward is Eli Reardon, a 6'7" senior, averaging 22.5 points, leads the team in points, rebounds, blocks, and steals. He'll wear number 44. And at center, Ruitt Bajik. Bajik, a 6'9" senior, averaging 13.5 points. The Tigers are 2-1 on the season, ranked third on the Class 4A, latest Class 4A poll. And now for Dowling Catholic, the head coach, Clay Phil King, in his first year as a head coach here at Dowling, 11th year overall. He was a head coach in Colorado for 10 years. Assisted by Jimmy Nahas, Nick Wagner, and Kevin O'Hare. Dowling will start this lineup at one guard, Carson Brown, a 6'2 senior, averaging 6.5 points and 6.5 rebounds. He'll wear number 2. The other guard is Quincy Ferguson, a 5'9 senior, averaging 2 points. He'll wear number 4. Third guard is Drew Morrow, a 6-foot junior, the leading scorer for the Maroons, averaging 15.5 points, wearing number 24. At forward, Charlie Stewart, a 6'3 senior, averaging 10.5 points. And at center, Mata Brua, 6'4 senior, averaging 5 points and 5.5 rebounds. That's the starting lineups. It's Dowling and Valley, the boys' game coming up. The girls' game, the final, Dowling 47, Valley 43. Back with the tip-off in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
60 Seconds with Archbishop Fulton J. Sheen.
Peace be to you. Now there actually is such a thing in the world as authoritarianism. It is communism. What is the essence of authoritarianism? Well, I would say it was threefold. First, it subjects the mind to dogmas. 2, it makes fear the basis of obedience. 3, it destroys freedom of thought. Now, the church has none of these qualities. It could not have them. Because remember that our blessed Lord lived in the midst of authoritarianism. The people among whom he moved were under the power of the Romans. Furthermore, all of the Pharisees were authoritarian. So when, therefore, our blessed Lord founded his church, naturally, he made it a bulwark against all forms of authoritarianism.
The people you know and trust are on EWTN.
Listener-supported Iowa Catholic Radio, 1150 AM KWKY Des Moines, 94.5 FM K233BT Des Moines, 88.5 FM KIHS Adel, 90.9 FM KLOX Creston.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym alongside Steve DeVinny. I'm Mark Amadell. We're underway. Valley won the tip, got a shot by Ruitt Bijek. No good from top of the key. Dowling the other way. Drew Morrow, a long three that went in, and Dowling up 3-0. Valley the other way, and they throw it away as Reardon throws the ball away. Dowling on the other end, and now here is a three-pointer that's no good by Charlie Stewart, and Valley now with the rebound. Tigers in the front court, and Ruitt Bijek was fouled by Dowling's Charlie Stewart. And what a flurry, and what an atmosphere here. Full sold-out crowd, I would say. Full house here at the Dowling Gym. The Valley student body to our left, Steve, and it is cranked up on a Friday night.
Yeah, no Valley students right next to us with a ton of noise and enthusiasm.
Now Valley now with their second turnover in 3 possessions. Quincy Ferguson with the steal, and he only has the ball in the front court, and Dowling will run their offense. Here's Stewart with it in the lane, and he's guilty of the travel. Good defense that time by Stinson. Curtis Stinson Jr., tremendous defense, and Stewart took that extra step.
Yeah, both teams so far man-to-man. Mark and Drew Morrow picked up so far at least where he left off with about a 22 or 3 three-pointer.
Now traveling on the Tigers. Valley with 3 turnovers in their first 4 possessions. And Dowling now with the basketball. Maroons have Carson Brown, Quincy Ferguson, and Drew Morrow, the 3 guards, along with Charlie Stewart. And Mata Brua in the post. For Valley, it's Cade Grevengood, Ruitt Bijek, Mason Morrow, Curtis Stinson Jr., and Eli Reardon. Now Dowling turns the ball over. Stewart loses it in the front court. Mason Morrow, his shot up, no good, too strong. Rebound slapped out of bounds. Who are they going to give it to? It'll be Valley possession as the Tigers keep control. David Souther, Joey Townsell, and Chris Crawford are 3 officials tonight. They did a great job in the girls' game, and they're back for the boys.
Yeah, good call there by the officials. Both teams maybe a little bit of jitters, trying to do a little bit too much maybe, and a few turnovers early.
Here's Reardon on the right block. His shot no good, but a foul on Dowling.
That's Brua, I think, with his first.
So Mata picks up his first foul. Second team foul on Dowling, none on Valley. And this will be a shooting foul for Eli Reardon, the Notre Dame signee in football. And his first free throw, no good.
I haven't seen him decommit since Brian Kelly went to LSU, but My guess is that he won't.
Had a picture the other day on social media with the Notre Dame staff. We'll see. Second free throw is good by Eli Reardon. Averaging 22 points, 8 rebounds, has 3 blocks and 6 steals on the year to lead the Tigers, shooting 55%.
Full court pressure.
Now Ferguson turns the ball over in the backcourt for Dowling. It's 3-1 Tigers as they lead by 2. Well, check that, 3-1 Dowling as the Maroons lead by 2. And now in the front court by the Maroons, and a whistle and a foul on Valley. It'll be on Mason Morrow. Morrow, the quarterback on the Valley football team, picks up the first foul, and it'll be a shooting foul for the Maroons as Charlie Stewart will go to the line. A 48% free throw shooter. He'll get 2. First free throw up and short. Tonight's game of the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Brought to you in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, and Dental Associates. Second free throw off the mark, no good. Bajik with the rebound. So both teams not off to a good start with free throws. Dowling 0 for 2 and Valley 1 for 2. 3-1 Dowling. 5.5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. If you joined us late, the Dowling girls defeat Valley 47-43. Now here's Morrow with it in the lane. Now kicks over in the corner. Faking the 3 is Greven good. He puts it inside, and the shot is knocked away. Reardon with it. His shot up and no good, and Brua is going to be whistled for the foul, and free throws coming for Valley. So Mata picks up his second foul, and we were going to see Jalen Pettis early. So that'll be a matchup, a defensive end against a tight end here when Pettis checks into the Dowling lineup.
Yeah. Reardon, phenomenal athlete, quick jumper. Went to the offensive glass there. And second chance points, drew the foul. That'll be Mata's second. And,
free throw good by Reardon. Go ahead, Steve.
No, I'm just going to say he knocked down that first one.
So Reardon with 2 points. Brua checks out for Dowling. And now substitution for BJ Windhorst and the Valley Tigers. As the second free throw by Reardon is good. Niel has 3 points. As checking into the Valley lineup is Kiki Ding, a 6'3 freshman. So with him and Stinson in there, there's 2 freshmen in the Valley
I think
rotation.
he might have just subbed in for Stinson.
Also in there is Travion Carson all the way down the lane. A shot up and no good by Dowling. The Maroons break the press as Valley put the press on. And underneath, and now we've got an offensive foul called on Travion Carson. That'll be his first for Valley.
Nice call by Joe Townsell. Good position there to draw the charge by the Maroons. Who drew that charge, Mark? I think maybe it was Ferguson.
It might have been. Ferguson and Morrow were in the lane. Nonetheless, tied at 3 with 4:50 remaining first quarter. Dowling and Valley. Now underneath, and Carson Brown tried to get it to Pettis, and it's stolen away by Reardon. Reardon with the decided height advantage at 6'7" over Pettis at 6'3", and now the ball stolen away by Dowling. Ferguson with it, down court to Stewart. His reverse layup blocked by Brua, or blocked by Bijek, and the shot put back up and good by Dowling. A rebound by Carson Brown.
Yeah, really good hustle play to go to the offensive glass.
Now Bijek in the lane. His shot no good. Rebound, Carson Brown.
That was kind of a force there by the Tigers.
Certainly was. 5-3 Dowling. Valley looking for their first lead. Dowling's had a 2-point lead and a 3-point lead to start the game with Morrow's 3 to begin with. Underneath, and a shot up and good by Stewart. It was Stewart.
No, that was Morrow.
Check that. Drew Morrow off the bottom of the floor.
Drew with the left-hand drive there, straight line.
He's got 5 points, and Dowling's lead is 4. 7-3 Maroons. Up-tempo game. Bijik for 3. It's no good on the right baseline. It's tipped out of bounds, and Ferguson thought he knocked it off of Reardon. It'll be out of bounds to Valley as substitution for Dowling, Joey Capola in, number 14. So this has a flavor to it as Bijik sits down for Valley.
Yeah, Valley was advertised with a lot of depth. They've already played 9 kids here with 3.5 to go in the first quarter.
And Kerr Dew in for Valley Tigers. Dew is a 6'8 senior now whistling a foul.
Foul on the rookie, Capola, the sophomore.
He just checked in, and now checking in for Dowling, will be Colin Clark. Sitting down will be Stewart.
Yeah.
14 foul on Dowling here in the first half, and 2 on Valley. Now underneath, the shot up and good. Mason Marr with a nice move, and Mason with his first 2 points.
Yeah. Good head fake there to get Capola off his feet.
7-5, Dowling with the lead. Maroons in the front court. With it is Drew Morrow. Or check that, with it is Joey Capola. Dribble handoff to Colin Clark, and now to Carson Brown. Now the handoff to Morrow, who's guarded by Mason Morrow. Dowling with the ball and now a slam dunk, up and good, and a foul on Valley. Carson Brown from the right baseline slams it home, and a foul on Valley, and that gets the Maroons lit up. The fans over there, Kerr-Do with the foul, his first. How about that move, Mr. DeVinny? Wow.
No surprise. Have you seen him play football?
Yes.
Went up and got all those balls as a receiver. I mean, the guy's a phenomenal athlete.
That has brought the Dowling fans to life. And, of course, they're wearing their Christmas sweaters and hats over there. And the people over here at Valley, student bodies just went silent. That'll change, as we know.
Yeah,
and it's 9-5, Dowling by 4 here. Chance to give Dowling his biggest lead. Free throw no good by Carson. Rebound Valley. What an atmosphere. Headed in the girls' game and now here in the boys. Curtis Stinson Jr. in the front court. Dribble handoff, nearly stolen away. Now ball tipped in the back court. Ball loose on the floor. Dowling has it. Here's Pettis with it down the lane. A shot up and no good. And the rebound cleared out of there by Valley and Kerr-Do. There's the Tigers with it. Morrow in the corner to Kerr-Do. Three-pointer no good. Rebound slapped around and Pettis comes away with it. Intensive game here. Maroons lead by 4.
Hurried pace.
Now reaching foul called on Valley. This will be on Curtis Stinson Jr., his first. Team's third. 2.5 minutes remaining. First quarter, 9-5 is our score. Dowling with the lead, and B.J. Windhorst wants a timeout. And we'll keep it here with a 30-second timeout. Tonight's game in Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Skeffington's Formal Wear, the Catholic Tuition Organization, and Mercy One. Dowling with a 9-5 lead here, Coach DeVinny. What do you think?
I don't keep track of turnovers specifically, but they're probably combined with about 10 turnovers so far. I mean, it's a really, really frantic pace, and it'll just take a while for these kids to settle in because of the crowd enthusiasm and the noise, and what a great atmosphere. But Carson Brown, good night. Reminds me of the play that Jack Green made as a junior in the sub-state final.
Yeah, I do remember
up
that
there at Ankeny against, gosh darn it, to go to state. Same play. It was against Ankeny.
It's against Ankeny. Where did we play that at? Was that at Drake?
No.
We've had.
Anyhow, exact same play on the same baseline.
Okay.
And that was 7.5 years ago.
All right, timeout Valley. Dowling has the ball. Morrow for 3, top of the key. It grazes off the right side of the rim, out of bounds to Valley.
Yeah, they're doing a good job here. They know how good of a shooter Drew is, and they're trying to body him up and run him off that line. They'd rather have him put it on the floor and try to go around him than shoot that 3, and so he kind of rushed that one and resulted in a short shot that went out of bounds.
Valid substitution. Ruit Bijik checks in, the former Dowling student, and he goes in the lane. This ball poked away by Carson Brown into the hands of Mata Brua, or rather to Pettis, who's in there for Brua, Mata on the floor on the bench with 2 fouls. Now Dowling with the ball. They work underneath. That is Colin Clark, and he has it stolen away. Tigers with the steal all the way down court, and a shot is blocked by Dowling as Grevengood took it all the way down.
That'll be on Carson Brown.
That'll be his first. Maroons racking up team fouls here. That's number 5 here in the first quarter. Valley with 4 team fouls.
Thought of the day with Monsignor Frank Bagnano.
A key word in our relationship with other people is availability. Availability is genuine love. Remember how you felt loved, valued, appreciated when someone gave you his or her 100% undivided, heartfelt attention? That person chose to be available to you. A bond was created or strengthened because that person made a genuine gift of his own time or schedule for you, really gave you their very self. you were loved. So do the same today. Be available intentionally to someone who needs your attention or your love. Try to be available with attention and with a smile. It will brighten someone's day. It will brighten your day. And that's today's thought of the day.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and pre- and post-operative care. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Dental Associates, addressing your smile needs and dreams. 515-225-6742. Des Moines-DentalAssociates.com. Thank you, Dental Associates, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One, your expert circle of personalized care for all your health needs. With more care locations than anyone, your best life is their one purpose. Find your doctor at mercy1.org.
This is a Young Catholic Minute. Why is embryonic stem cell research wrong?
Is racial slavery okay? Human sex trafficking? How about testing experimental drugs on prisoners? Obviously, the answer is no. Why? Because every human being, no matter their age, size, development, race, social status, or radio listening habits, is a person, created in the image of God and made for an eternal relationship with Him in heaven, and they are never to be used as a means to an end. Look how productive the United States was when slavery was legal, the revenue sex trafficking brings in, and the cures that could be discovered by testing drugs on prisoners. None of that matters. Using someone as a means to an end is basically saying, listen, it doesn't matter what you want or that you have a free will to make your own choices. All you're good for is to get me what I want. And if we would never say that to someone who can walk, talk, and take care of themselves, then why would it ever be okay to say that to someone who depends on us for survival?
For more, YoungCatholicMinute.com.
What is the best gift ever? Giving a Catholic education is at the top of my list. Your contribution to CTO helps families send their children to our Catholic schools who otherwise could not afford it. In giving to CTO, you receive the best tax credits ever. Pledge or donate online at ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their future.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Listen to Catholic Women Now with Julie Nelson and Chris Magruder Thursday mornings at 9 on Iowa Catholic Radio and on demand at iowacatholicradio.com and the Iowa Catholic Radio app.
This is Dale Ahlquist with a Chesterton Minute. Have you ever noticed what happens when you try to keep up with the current fashions? You go nuts. When we are obsessed with keeping up with the times, we become slaves. Fashions are never settled. To chase something that is always changing is simply futile. It's not freedom, it's insanity. G.K. Chesterton says, "The Catholic Church is the only thing that saves a man from the degrading slavery of being a child of his age." Christianity is always out of fashion because it's always sane, and fashions are always insane. The Catholic Church never has to worry about being behind the times because it is beyond the times. Want more than a minute? Visit our website, chesterton.org.
Did you know you have a choice in your child's education? Smaller class sizes, dedicated teachers, a sense of community, and a caring learning environment, whether it's in the classroom or at home. Diocese of Des Moines Catholic Schools deliver the best value in education, and we offer tuition assistance to help you afford it. Learn more about how the Catholic schools in the Des Moines Diocese might be the right choice for your child. Visit dmdiocese.org/schools.
This is Matt Wilkham, Executive Director for Iowa Catholic Radio. As 2021 draws to a close and we celebrate 15 years on the air, I'm overwhelmed with gratitude for all those who've sacrificed and given so much to make it happen. Now it's time to make sure Iowa Catholic Radio gets a strong start for the next year. Please consider a tax-deductible year-end gift. Call 515-223-1150 or donate online at iowacatholicradio.com. Donations must be postmarked by December 31st. Thank you.
60 Seconds with Archbishop Fulton J. Sheen.
Our blessed Lord considered the three possible forms of church government. The democratic would be one in which a majority vote decides, in which everyone has an entirely different opinion of what is to be. The aristocratic is an appeal not so much to the majority or to the masses, but rather an appeal to an aristocracy, a House of Parliament, a Senate, a Congress, a House of Lords. And the theocratic is one in which God chooses one man as he chose Abraham and Isaac and Jacob and Moses, and guides and protects and directs this man. Peter holds the primacy not only of honor, but also of jurisdiction over the church. He is the vicar of Christ, he is the first pontiff, he is the first pope.
The people you know and trust are on EWTN.
Thought of the Day with Monsignor Frank Bagnano.
Live today well. Remember, God only asks us to do one thing at a time, never two. It doesn't matter if the job is making a bed or delivering a commencement address at a graduation. We should strive to put our whole heart into what we're doing right now. Do it simply. Give it your best effort. Live in the present moment. We shouldn't try to solve more than one problem at a time. That habit of focus will significantly reduce the stress we bring upon ourselves. Yes, live in the now, in the present moment. Trust in God, who is interested in you and loves you. Let God handle what only God can handle, the past and the future. One thing at a time, the present. That's the way to live. And that's today's Thought of the Day.
Dowling Gymnasium alongside Steve DeVinny. I'm Mark Amadeo as we get set for resuming to the action here as we got little technical difficulties. Happens when a surge protector breaks on you. 14-12 is our score. The Valley Tigers ahead. Mark Amadeo, Steve DeVinny as Dowling with the ball underneath. And an off-balance shot, but good by the Maroons, Jalen Pettis. And Steve DeVinny, you're going to have to catch our listeners up as Maroons have tied Valley at 14 with 5:45 remaining. Well, maybe not. Here's a steal. Marr in the lane. His shot up and good right around the G. Drew Marr with the basket. Steve.
What did we say earlier? Frantic pace. Both teams are going so hard. Maroons have 8 team fouls. That's a problem. They've been reaching and grabbing and trying to contain Valley. Reardon's killing us on the offensive glass, but Drew Morrow has 10 of the Maroons' 16. And we're up by 2 with 5:30 to go in the second quarter.
And a long three by Reardon is up and good. Eli Reardon with his first three of the year. And it gives Valley a 17-16 lead.
They let him open, encouraged him to take the shot, and he did, and knocked it down. Valley by 1.
And Dowling now with the basketball as Maroons now in their front court. Now here's Ferguson in the corner to Morrow. Drew hits the three, and it's good. Drew Morrow, a corner three from the left baseline. He's got 5 of his 10 points here, or actually 13 points. I got to catch up on scoring here.
No, it's okay.
Points for Morrow.
They've had Maroons have had outstanding offensive execution, and Drew's gotten open in the corner for a couple uncontested threes.
Valley with the ball underneath, and the shot off the glass, and good by the Tigers.
That was Grevengood. Yep.
That was,
number 20. Yep.
Cade Grevengood, the 6-foot senior with the basket.
19 apiece, Mark.
And Grevengood has 3 points tonight. Reardon right now with 9 points. And now here's a steal by Valley. Down court it goes to Ding, and he loses out of bounds. Saved by Ferguson. Dowling the other way with it. This is Colin Clark, and he loses it out of bounds, but they say it'll be Dowling basketball with 4:11 remaining here in the second quarter. 19 all, Dowling and Valley. Mark Emmerdale, Steve DeVinny, Jennifer Phelps spinning the tunes back at the Iowa Catholic Radio Network as a little technical difficulty and got it all rectified. That's what you want to do.
Yeah, exchange of steals there. Colin Clark, dribble penetration. He didn't see Morrow alone in the corner again and had his shot blocked out of bounds. So the Maroons will get it underneath their own hoop.
All right, well, Pettis, Morrow, Ferguson. Now Ferguson's pass deflected by Dowling and stolen away by by Valley, but now stolen back at half court by the Maroons as Jalen Pettis is always around the ball.
Yeah, both coaches are a little frustrated with the turnovers.
Here's Stewart with it. Now he picks up his dribble, gets it out to Ferguson. 3:50 remaining. Second quarter, we're tied at 19, Dowling and Valley. If you joined us late, the Dowling girls held off the Valley Tigers 47-43 in a top 11 matchup in Class 5A. And now the Maroons lose the ball, and it's stolen away by Valley as Trevion Carson with the steal. He's in there, gets it to Reardon, right block. Dowling looks like a 2-3 zone here.
Yeah, trying to protect their...
Reardon for three, and it's good. That's his third three of the first half, and he lit things up against Ankeny on Tuesday night, and it's 22-19.
Yeah,
Valley and a timeout called by the Maroons. So this will be a full. We'll take one ourselves to get us caught up. 3:18 remaining here in the second quarter, and it's Valley 22, Dowling 19 here in this boys contest on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and pre- and post-operative care. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Dental Associates, addressing your smile needs and dreams. 515-225-6742. Des Moines-DentalAssociates.com. Thank you, Dental Associates, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One, your expert circle of personalized care for all your health needs. With more care locations than anyone, your best life is their one purpose. Find your doctor at mercyone.org.
All right, we're back here at the Dowling Gym, thanks to Steve DeVinny. We're getting caught up on some of the scoring that I missed. It was 9-all at the end of the first quarter, Dowling and Valley. Right now it's 22-19. Valley with the lead, 3:05 remaining. Maroons in their offensive end. Dowling going right to left. They're the home team in their home white uniforms, maroon numbers and letters. Going towards the south basket here in the first half at the packed Dowling Gym tonight. Upper bleachers opened up, and they're full too.
Boy, aggressive.
Now an offensive foul called on Mason, or check that, called on Drew Marr as he pushed off the forearm. And
is that his first foul? I think it is. Yep.
Morrow with his first foul. Charlie Stewart has 2 fouls for Dowling. Jalen Pettis has 1.
Bruja and Carson Brown also have 2, Mark, while you had technical difficulty.
Yep, got it.
So the Maroons are fighting some foul trouble. 3 starters with 2 fouls apiece.
Valley doing the dribble weave. Morrow pull-up jumper free throw line, no good. Off the mark there, and the rebound comes out to Pettis. Jalen Pettis, a 6'3 senior for Dowling with the rebound. Maroons in transition, and the pass underneath out to Morrow, and it's thrown away. And now in for Dowling will be Jack Odie, and he'll replace Drew Morrow. So let's catch up with some scoring. Drew Morrow now for Dowling has 3 3-pointers and 2 2-point field goals for 13 points. He has 13 of Dowling's 19. Underneath Reardon, his shot no good. Ball slapped around, scrum on it. Pettis comes away with it. And what? We've got a timeout called by Quincy Ferguson and Dowling, and it'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. 2:13 remaining in the second quarter. 22-19, the Valley lead is 3, and we've had bodies on the floor. We've had hustle. We've had a lot of great, exciting basketball, Steve DeVinny. And sometimes we don't get a lot of scoring with that, but we've seen two teams battle here.
Yeah, it's there are more turnovers than there are made field goals, but in terms of the effort and the intensity, it feels like a sub-state final with one of these teams going to go home for the season. That's the intensity that we're feeling so far.
We mentioned Drew
little
Morrow.
sloppy.
Yeah, Drew Morrow with 13 points to lead Dowling. Carson Brown has 4 points, all in the first quarter, and Jalen Pettis off the bench with 2 points. Charlie Stewart has yet to score for the Maroons, and Mata Brua on the bench with 2 fouls has yet to score. All right, jump ball was called, or a timeout was called by Dowling. The Maroons now have it in the front court. Odie dribbles across the timeline, gives it to Quincy Ferguson. On the corner it goes to Clark for 3. It's in and out, no good, and a rebound out to Valley. And Mason Morrow. Outlet pass to Reardon, and he's running down floor. The layup is good, and Reardon lighting it up for the Tigers. He now has 14 points.
If you're the Maroons, that can't happen. You had 2 guys back, and he ran right by both of them.
Now the other way, Charlie Stewart in the lane. His shot is short. Rebound Valley. Curtis Stinson all the way down court. His shot is no good, but he's fouled by Dowling. This will be on Pettis, and that'll be his second.
Yep. 4 Maroons now with 2 fouls. That'll be the 10th team foul.
And free throws coming for Valley's Curtis Stinson Jr. 6'3" freshman. Has 5 points here in the first half. Averages 7.5 as a starter for head coach B.J. Windhorse. Hard to believe 9 years at Valley, as he was also at Southeast Polk for 8 years and Clarinda for 4 more years. And played pretty good ball for the Drake Bulldogs. Could shoot the 3. The guy from Clarinda is B.J. And
yeah, he really could. He's probably in the top 5 at Drake University all time for 3-pointers made. Had a great career over there.
Stinson hits the first free throw. Second one on the way, good. Nothing but the bottom of the net. He's 4 for 4 at the line tonight. 26-19. The Valley lead is 7. That's their largest of the night. Pressure in the backcourt by Valley. Maroons break it. Here's Stewart in the front court. Charlie with it. Out to Quincy Ferguson. Over to Carson Brown, right side. Maroons will work the right side of the wing. Carson now will dribble between the circles. Maroons will start their offense against this man-to-man defense by Valley. Here's Stewart kicking it out to Carson Brown. Good defense by the Tigers. Here's Morrow. Guarded by Morrow.
Different spelling.
Yeah. Mason Morrow, the quarterback for Valley, guarding Drew Morrow of Dowling. Here's Brown with it, top of the key. Left wing it goes. Final minute of the first half. 26-19 Valley underneath it. A shot off the glass, good. Quincy Ferguson on a little ISO play.
That's a good play, a much-needed hoop to cut the deficit to 5 here for the Maroons.
Morrow with it in the front court. That's Mason Morrow. The G, and he's fouled by Stewart. And on Charlie, that'll be his 3rd.
Yeah, that's a not to be too critical of Charlie, but if you come in the game and you've already got 2 fouls, Coach Theo King inserted the starters back in to kind of maybe stop some of the bleeding, and then he picked up a silly foul on a shot fake. He left his feet, and now Ruit Bajik will have 2 free throws.
And his first one is good. Ruit, a 6'9" senior. I got him for his first point of the night.
That's right, Mark.
Averaging 13.5 points, 6.5 rebounds is Ruit.
Having played here at Dowling, I recall a year ago he didn't have a great game against the Maroons either. So
which game? Because they played him twice, once in a regular season and once to go to state. Second free throw, no good. Rebound Dowling and Carson Brown. See if Dowling can hold it for the last shot. 27-21, Valley with the lead. Tiger lead is 6. Dowling with the possession in the front court with 30 seconds remaining. Again, the girls' game won by the Dowling girls 47-43. And now here's Carson Brown on the baseline. His shot up and good. Came in from the left baseline. He had a dunk from the right baseline, and now he's got 6 points here.
Phenomenal athlete, phenomenal jumper. Just laid it in. His hand was right there on the rim. Unguardable.
6 points for Carson Brown, 27-23. Valley by 4. Now a pull-up jumper, no good, by Curtis Stinson Jr. at the horn. And we go to halftime with Valley leading Dowling 27-23 here at a packed Dowling gym tonight. Mark Amadale, Steve DeVinny, and Coach will go through some of the scoring here as we get it. I'll probably let you handle that since I got a little behind. And if you're ready, Well, we can just mention this. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Skeffington's Formal Wear, the Catholic Tuition Organization, and Mercy One. Our thanks to Jennifer Phelps, our studio producer for Iowa Catholic Radio, doing a great job. And along with the coach, Steve DeVinny, I'm Mark Amadale. Our thanks also tonight to Jimmy Cataldo, who came in during the girls' game and sat with me. And, Coach, you ready?
Yep.
Go ahead. Take it away before we get Coach Meyer up here.
You normally do this, Mark. But for Valley Tigers, Greven Good has 4 points on 2 field goals. Morrow has 2 points on a field goal. Stinson has a 3-pointer. And Perfect from the line, 4 for 4 for 7 points. Ruitt has 1 out of 2 for the free throw from the free throw line for 1. Reardon's been the star, as expected. 2 threes, 2 twos for 10, and 4 free throws for 14. That rounds out their 27 points in the first half. For the Maroons, Carson Brown has a couple field goals for 4. Quincy Ferguson, a nice drive in the paint just a minute ago for 2. Drew Morrow, 3 threes, 2 twos for 13. And Jalen Pettis also with a shot in the paint for 2. That gives the Maroons 23. The Maroons were outscored in the second quarter, 18-14 after being tied at the end of the first quarter, 9-9. Maroons have a little bit of foul trouble. Valley has no foul trouble to speak of.
All right, Steve, thank you for the scoring. Again, it's halftime, and it's the Valley boys leading Dowling 27-23 here at the Dowling Gym. Earlier tonight, it was the Dowling girls, a winner over Valley, 47-43, and we'll catch up with the head coach for Dowling Catholic, the girls coach, and that is Kristen Meyer. So join us after this break here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
This is a Young Catholic Minute.
If someone's really suffering, why can't we just put them out of their misery?
Because every life is sacred. When did we get the idea that we have a right to die? Not from our nature for self-preservation, not from our Constitution's right to life, not from God who has come that we might have life. So why would anyone choose death? We know that God has made us for fullness of life, and when we suffer, it feels like that gets in the way. So it makes sense that we'd want to get rid of our suffering to return to that fullness of life. What euthanasia does instead is get rid of life to end suffering. But the whole point of ending suffering was so that we could have life. Still, knowing this doesn't necessarily make our suffering easier, but God lets us offer it for the good of others, just as Christ did. As you offer your suffering back to Christ, He hears your deep prayer of resignation to His will. And there is huge miracle potential in that, whether for you or somebody else. So as hard as it may be in practice, your grandmother was right. Offer it up. For more Young Catholic Minutes, youngcatholicminute.com.
And we're back here at the Dowling Catholic High School gym. Mark Amadale alongside Steve DeVinny here at halftime. And you able to hear, Lauren? Yep. Okay, great. As we're joined by head coach Kristen Meyer of Dowling Catholic and Lauren Frericks, a junior who had a career night. And Coach Meyer, what a game it was. Typical Dowling Valley, packed gym. We haven't seen that in a while. And a victory, a close game. Those freshmen and juniors and seniors pulled it out in that final 2 minutes. That was 44-40 for about 2.5 minutes, Coach. Just want you to know
It felt
that.
like about 2.5 hours, at least in my spot.
Wow, what a night. And, talk about your team. You go up to Fort Dodge Tuesday night, trail by 1 and have one.
By 2.
By 2 at halftime. Then you have a tremendous second half, make the adjustments. Kids come out and do a great job. But that was a tough road win. Never is easy. And then tonight, the Valley Tigers. And what a week it has been for you. What a week's been for the young lady next to you. We'll talk about her in a minute. But
Sure.
talk about the team right now.
Yeah, this has been a great week for us. And Fort Dodge is they always play tough, especially at home. They came out and just were aggressive. We had a couple fouls that kind of just got us out of our rhythm in the first half up there. And then we come out in the third quarter and outscore them 31-12. And so, this group third quarter seems to be our quarter. But I think once we kind of settled down, got comfortable, ran our offense a little bit better and defended, then we were in good shape. And tonight, man, it was a battle back and forth. Good thing Lauren came out, hit 5 threes in the first half. And then we come out at halftime. I think we went on a 10-0 run or so. It's good when you can rely on your defense. And that's what we've kind of been doing this season. And then we'll take who's ever got the hot hand. This week it's been Lauren. But just really proud of our fight to finish that game on a win because they were coming back. And we have not been in that situation I looked out of the court one time tonight. We had 4 freshmen
Yes, you did.
in the last couple of minutes. Then there's a 4 freshmen and Lauren out there. And, we weren't nervous at all. Wink, wink. But, no, it was a good experience for us and just a really fun win, like I said, in front of a huge crowd and just a really good night.
Well, it's good to see this young lady up here. I know last year she missed about, 7 weeks?
Yeah.
You were out with that nagging foot injury or ankle, and you're back. And I know you didn't go to the Steve DeVinny shooting school, but you were hitting threes all over, and you got that shot down. I think you only missed one tonight. Talk about how it felt in front of this crowd, Lauren Frerichs.
Oh, it was fun. Dowling Valley games are always huge, so it was fun to score that much tonight in front of our big student section and all the fans.
Well, you had 17 points at halftime. What did Coach say at halftime? Keep shooting or pass the ball? I like to know that analogy right now.
Yeah, keep shooting, definitely. They put a defender on me, so I wasn't as open in the second half, but we found ways to score other than me.
Coach Segrist over at Valley, I know what he did. He double-teamed Gipple in the paint, and there was the extra player. He said, we're going to make somebody else beat us. Yeah. And they did, and that was you tonight, Lauren Frerichs. And
yeah.
I forgot you're a junior. I forgot about last year. You sat out most of the year. You've just been around like some of these freshmen. Well, talk about the chemistry of this team. I asked Emma Gipple last week, but you got these freshmen, 4 of them are out there with you.
Yeah.
You think, wow. I know they've played, high caliber ball with club ball, but this is in front of a crowd. This is in front of 3 officials, coaches, media comm on TV. Nobody faltered. You just kind of were steady, and you made mistakes, but you battled through. And I think they had leadership out there. And that was you with the four youngsters. What do you think about that?
It's fun. Our team is definitely young this year, but our freshmen are pretty mature. They know what to do when they're out on the court, and they can lead as much as we do. So.
What's the game plan stopping Valley? I mean, they have so many weapons that they can bring both outside and inside. Their post players can shoot the 3. And talk about that part of the game plan for Dowling girls tonight in your win.
Yeah, we just look for open shooters, drive in. Yeah, use what we have, basically. Coach
Marr, that was a pretty good game plan. I know, when Joel come up here, your assistant coach, Joel Danner, and he fist bumped Jimmy Cataldo and I. And then at that timeout you took, we had a lot of them in the last 2 minutes, but he comes up, he just starts shaking his head. I said, hey, you're lucky there's not a shot clock, because that would change things.
That's what Gene Berger said to me, because I was one of the ones pushing for the shot clock. And honestly, tonight, and I want a shot clock. Tonight we would have been better off with a shot clock, because we didn't actually want to stall. I would have rather had us attack, but it worked out okay. But I think this year we've been able to rely on our defense, and I thought we defended well. First half they got a little bit of that high-low. We didn't see as much of that on film as they were going to, but then I thought Lauren and Emma did a better job in the second half of kind of putting their bodies in a better position to ride out that offensive player from being so close to the basket. So that was kind of our adjustment at halftime, try to do a little better job with that high-low. And we knew Meredith Reefer would, get hot at some point. She started driving. So they're a well-rounded team. They've got some experience. They're a tough team, and we're looking forward to playing them again in January.
Yeah, like 4 more games, we're playing them again. It's a quick turnaround. Yeah, 5. And you outscored Valley 14-6, held them to 6 points in the third quarter, but they come back in that fourth quarter, make a little run. They outscore you 17-8 to close the game out, so it got a little hairy there. And I know we're getting ready for the second half here, so I got to ask this young lady, Lauren Frerichs, junior, shout out on your career night, 21 points tonight. Anybody you want to say hello to out there in Radio Land that might be listening or eavesdropping?
I'd say my grandparents.
Where are they at? They here in Des Moines?
Hinton, Iowa, and Akron, Iowa.
Clinton, all right.
Yeah.
And Akron?
Yep.
Oh, my goodness. Well, we know we got O-line covered with Coach Meyer and her family. Are they down here this week?
Actually, they came down and they saw the game in person. Yeah.
That's great. Well, you got a week off, right?
Yeah.
You don't play again?
Well, it's not a week off. We got to practice.
Oh, yeah.
A week off of games, though.
I mean, a week off of games.
Don't be telling Lauren she gets a week off.
Are you getting tomorrow off? You giving shooting lessons tomorrow, Lauren?
I'll be in here.
Okay, I figured.
Yeah.
Well, next Friday night, we'll be out there. Number 6 Southeast Polk, number 7 Dowling. Should be a great matchup.
Is that what they're at?
Yeah, as of yesterday. You don't care, I know that. You knocked off
It'll be
top
fun.
teams in Minnesota and Wisconsin. And
We'll play anyone, anywhere.
I knew that was
It'll be
coming.
fun.
All right. Lauren, congratulations on the game.
Thank
Look
you.
forward to staying healthy
Yes.
and more of you next Friday night.
Thank you.
Coach Meyer, thanks.
Thank you, Mark. We appreciate you broadcasting.
You bet. That's Lauren Frericks, Dowling Jr., and Coach Kristen Meyer as the Dowling girls a winner tonight over Valley, 47-43. We'll take a break and come back with the start of the second half. Dowling and Valley, the boys game. Valley leads at 27-23. Back in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
What is the best gift ever? Giving a Catholic education is at the top of my list. Your contribution to CTO helps families send their children to our Catholic schools who otherwise could not afford it. In giving to CTO, you receive the best tax credits ever. Pledge or donate online at ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their future.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Listen to Making It Personal with Bishop William Joensen Friday mornings at 9 on Iowa Catholic Radio or on demand at iowacatholicradio.com and the Iowa Catholic Radio app.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym as we're underway here in the second half. And a long three up and good by Carson Brown. That's his 9th point of the night in the first basket of the second half. Cuts the Valley lead to 27-26. Alongside Steve DeVinny, I'm Mark Amadale, and Valley with the ball. And Bijik's pass inside to Reardon, stolen away by Dowling. And here's Morrow with the top of the key for three. Good! And the Maroons have retaken the lead. 29-27 over Valley. This place is lit up tonight, Steve.
Yeah, good start for the Maroons, obviously, with those 2 threes. Carson Brown will shoot it better as the season goes on. With he's just coming off that football season. Much different conditioning.
All right, Reardon underneath, and his shot up and good right over the Maroons, Mata Brua. So
Reardon's hurting the Maroons from inside and out, isn't he, Mark?
Yeah, he's got 16 points to
wow.
lead Valley
Fine
in scoring.
Player.
And Drew Morrow with 16 points to lead Dowling. So this will be a great second half. We're tied at 29 right now with 6:20 remaining here in the third quarter. Now Morrow nearly lost the ball, saves it to half court to Carson Brown. So it's Carson Brown along with Colin Clark out there. Brown for three, top of the key, off the rim, no good. And the rebound out to Valley. And the Tigers have it, and now we've got ball tipped out of bounds by Quincy Ferguson. Great defense there.
BJ calling for a moving screen on the Maroons, which I would not argue with. Brua got away with what probably should have been his third foul, but
that's what happens. You get a few football players out there.
Yep.
And now underneath, and Valley with the ball. Carson Brown will be called for the foul.
That'll be his third, Mark.
And Kiki Deng.
Gosh darn it.
With the basketball and drew the foul. So Brown will be on the bench with three.
Charlie Stewart coming back into the game with three.
Charlie was on. He did not start the second half
because of that foul trouble, but here he is.
Clark got the start. And now Valley with the ball. Greven good for three. Good right in front of his coach. So Cade Greven, an outstanding receiver for Valley in football, now has 7 points. It's 32-29. Valley by three. Tigers have led by as much as 7 in the first half. Dowling's led by 4. Now we got an illegal screen called on Dowling, and that's Mata Brua with his third foul. Wow.
Yep. Second of the half. Yep, the Maroons had some foul trouble in the first half, and we're less than 3 minutes into half number 2, and 2 starters with 3 fouls apiece.
Valley with the basketball. Here's Mason Marl dribbling in the front court. Leaves it for Curtis Stinson Jr. Right side it goes to Mason Marl. Marl in the lane, leaves it for Reardon. He's triple teamed. And the ball nearly stolen away by Ferguson. They're going to get Quincy for the reach-in.
Yeah. I take that back, Mark. 3 starters for the Maroons with 3 fouls. Stewart, Carson Brown, and Brua.
So Ferguson with his first foul.
3 team fouls
Reardon underneath it. He slams it home, and he draws the foul. The basket will count. The foul will be on Colin Clark. Nope, check that. It will not be. It'll be on
Quincy, his second. 14 fouls already in the second half. None for Valley.
So Brua will check out, and Pettis checks in. And what a night for Reardon. Eli with 18 points, plus an and one here.
Yeah, he came in with the power dunk, and Ferguson evidently hit him on the head going up. So
Kerr Dew checks in, the 6'8 senior for Valley. And checking out will be Mata, or check that will be
Brua
checks out.
Yep.
And the free throw good by Reardon. He now has 19 points.
Maroons with a brief 1-point lead, Mark, and now Valley's run off 7 in a row. 35-29 is our score.
6-point lead for the Tigers, 5:10 remaining. Underneath, Charlie Stewart is shot up and no good. He draws a foul. That'll be on Purdue. That'll be his second.
First of the half for the Tigers.
Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Mercy One, the Catholic Tuition Organization, and Skeffington's Formal Wear. Second foul, as I mentioned, on Dew, and free throws coming for Stewart. Free throw good on the first one for Charlie. That's his first point of the night.
Yeah, I think you said in the pregame he's second leading scorer for the Maroons, and so far he's been shut out up until that free throw.
48% free throw shooter. Makes them both. Good job for Charlie. That's the Valley lead to 4. It's 35-31 Tigers.
He's a good slasher and driver, but he's going to get fouled, and you gotta start converting those.
Boy, if we had deep benches for both teams, Valley's played 10, Dowling's played 10. Underneath and slicing through there is Mason Marr, and he just picked up his 4th point. 37-31, Valley by 6 here. Just under 5 minutes remaining, third quarter here at the Dowling Gym, and it's packed. Dowling with the ball. Here's Drew Morrow with it, guarded by Mason Morrow.
Maroon's got to be patient here.
And here is Clark at the left elbow, gets it to Pettis, and Pettis gets it out. Valley in a 2-3 and maybe a 1-3-1. It kind of depends. It's like a 2-3 zone here by Valley. And Ferguson underneath. Off-balance shot, no good. Stewart with the rebound. Quincy for 3 in the corner. It's no good. Tip no good by Pettis. Fight for the rebound, and Valley comes away with it, and Greven good. Down court they go. This is Stinson with it. Top of the key to Dew. And a long 3 coming up, and no good. And a whistle and a foul on Pettis as Reardon got the rebound. And Dowling wanted to travel by Stinson Jr. before the foul. And Jalen will pick up his 3rd foul.
4 Maroons with 3, and Reardon is just too much for the Maroons. 6'7" versus our post players 6'3" and 6'4".
Now they lob play into Reardon, and his shot no good. Rebound Dowling.
He thought he got pushed. So did BJ.
Rebound Joey Capola. Capola in there with Charlie Stewart, Drew Morrow, the 3 guards, with Pettis. And Stewart for 3, up good. Charlie Stewart from the left wing, right in front of the Dowling student section. He's got 5 points all in the third quarter. 37-34, Valley by 3.
Maroons need to stop fouling, Mark.
3:40 remaining. Tigers with it. Here's Stinson Jr. Curtis with it. Leaves it for Curdew. Works the right side. Double teamed by Pettis. Kicks it out to Reardon for 3, and it's good. He is unguardable. 22 points for Eli Reardon.
3 threes.
He didn't enroll in Notre Dame early.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm going to enjoy watching him being a Notre Dame fan. And underneath, Charlie Stewart lighting it up. Shot off the glass, good. Charlie with 7 points all in the third quarter. It's a 4-point Valley lead.
Outstanding baseline drive in traffic.
Greven good for 3. Up good. The basket will count, and a foul on Drew Morrow. Tough break for the Maroons with 3:03 remaining. And on Morrow, that'll be his second. And for Greven good, that'll be his 11th point with an and 1 here. Third, 43-36, Valley. Cade Grevengood, the 6-foot senior. Free throw good. He leads the team in made threes on the season with 5. 44-36, Valley. Dowling in the front court. Valley stays zone. 2-3 zone by the Tigers. With Kerdew in the middle. Reardon on the right baseline. And Ruitt Bijek on the left baseline. Who just checked back in. Underneath, a shot off the glass too strong, no good by Morrow. Rebound Valley and Kerdew.
One and done for the Maroons. Undersized a little bit on those boards.
Due for three, it's no good. Reardon with the rebound at the free throw line. Double team, leaves it for Stinson for three. Up, no good. Rebound, Valley, offensive board. Grevengood to Stinson, or rather to Dew for three. It's no good. And finally, on the fourth chance, Dowling gets the rebound. An off-balance shot, up and no good. And hitting the deck hard is Drew Morrow, and he may have been shaken up.
That's a foul on Drew. That's going to be his fourth.
Charlie Stewart may have been shaken up. Drew with the foul at half court.
Oh, that's his third. I'm sorry.
So Drew
is
Morrow.
Is that Drew's third, or is that his fourth?
I got him for two.
He's got it. Yeah, he's got his third one then. Yep.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take one ourselves. 2:04 remaining here in the third quarter, and it's Valley 44, Dowling 36, here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
This is Dale Ahlquist with a Chesterton Minute. Have you ever heard the expression free love? Do you know what it means? It means false love. True love does not want to be free. It wants to bind itself. It wants to give everything and forever. It wants to make a vow, a promise that it will keep. G.K. Chesterton says the man who makes a vow makes an appointment with himself at some distant time or place. The question is, will he keep the vow? That's the adventure. The perils and the punishment must be real. If I bet, I must be made to pay, or there's no poetry in betting. If I challenge, I must be made to fight, or there's no poetry in challenging. And if I vow to be faithful, I must be cursed when I'm unfaithful, or there's no fun in vowing. Want more than a minute? Chesterton.org.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym alongside Steve Deviney. I'm Mark Amadil. What a night it's been. Dowling girls a winner in game one, 47-43 over Valley. And right now the Valley boys leading Dowling 44-36. There's Bijek at the free throw line. His shot no good. Rebound Reardon. Underneath. Shot up. Good. He went right over Mata Brua, who's back in there with three fouls. Excuse me.
Mata did not get him. Reardon is so athletic and so quick, and he's got a height advantage. And we have no answer. We haven't had an answer since the first quarter.
24 points for Reardon tonight. A long three by Morrow is no good from the left wing. Valley's lead is 10. That's their largest of the night over Dowling Catholic. 46-36. Now Valley the other way. Bijik for three. It's no good. And Reardon slams it home after getting the offensive rebound. And this place is lit up, and the Valley fans know it. 26 points for Reardon. 48-36. Dowling with the ball. And a whistle and a foul on the Tigers.
That was a foul on Reardon. That's his second foul. Only the second team foul of the half for Valley.
And it'll be Dowling will have the ball out of bounds as Charlie Stewart and Mata Brua check out. Pettis and Colin Clark check in for the Maroons.
Is that Brua's third foul?
No, that was on Reardon.
I'm sorry. But, I mean, Brua has three, though?
Yes.
Okay.
Dowling with the ball, playing catch on the perimeter. Here's Carson Brown. And leaves it for Morrow, fakes the three, dribbles into the lane, pull-up jumper up, and no good. Pettis with the offensive board to Carson Brown in front of the Dowling bench for three. It's no good. And the rebound, Valley. Here's Reardon all the way down court. Stolen away by Drew Morrow. Morrow behind his back, layup good! And the basket will count as he's fouled.
Wow!
By Mason Morrow. How about that exchange?
Big-time play by Morrow. Big-time play.
Curtis Stinson will pick up the foul. That'll be his second. And for Morrow, that's his 18th point. That's Drew, as we have two Morrows playing tonight.
Yeah, Morrow took it behind his back. Grevengood thought he was going to get a steal and went for the ball. Drew went behind his back and just left Grevengood in his tracks. And then Stinson was trying to come back and get a block shot and fouled. So it'll be a traditional and one for Drew Morrow.
It's his first free throw of the night. It's no good. Ruitt with the rebound. And what do we got? A loose ball foul on Valley.
Wow. That's on Ruitt?
Yep. It'll be on Bijek.
And Ruitt Bijek had inside position, Mark. How's that happen?
That'll be Bijek's first foul. Team foul number 4 on the Valley Tigers. Dowling with 17 fouls. Timeouts. Valley has 4 remaining. And Dowling with 3. The Maroons will inbound the ball. It's a loose ball foul. Underneath, they work it inside to Pettis. This shot is good. Jalen with his 4th point.
Real nice inbounds play there.
Beautiful play. Pettis came from the right elbow to the left block and scored.
Uncontested layup. They lost track of him.
Yeah, sometimes it happens. Don't you usually zone that?
Yeah, it's a tough one. Maroons have cut it to 8 here with about 10 seconds to go on the quarter.
All right, Curtis Stinson Jr. with the basketball coming off a ball screen by Bijek. Corner 3 by Travion Carson, knocked out of bounds. Will be Dowling basketball. They say it went right off of Curtis Stinson.
1/2 of 1 second. You're only going to be able to.
You got to tip it in.
Yeah, you throw it the full length. They're not going to attempt.
And Carson Brown lets it go, and it hits the rim and bounces off. No good. So we've come to the end of the third quarter with the score. The Valley Tigers 48, Dowling 40. Alongside the legendary Steve DeVinny, I'm Mark Amadale. Back with the fourth quarter in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Did you know you have a choice in your child's education? Smaller class sizes, dedicated teachers, a sense of community, and a caring learning environment. Whether it's in the classroom or at home, Diocese of Des Moines Catholic Schools deliver the best value in education, and we offer tuition assistance to help you afford it. Learn more about how the Catholic schools in the Des Moines Diocese might be the right choice for your child. Visit dmdiocese.org/schools.
This is Matt Wilkham, Executive Director for Iowa Catholic Radio. As 2021 draws to a close and we celebrate 15 years on the air, I'm overwhelmed with gratitude for all those who've sacrificed and given so much to make it happen. Now it's time to make sure Iowa Catholic Radio gets a strong start for the next year. Please consider a tax-deductible year-end gift. Call 515-223-1150 or donate online at iowacatholicradio.com. Donations must be postmarked by December 31st. Thank you.
Listener-supported Iowa Catholic Radio, 1150 AM KWKY Des Moines, 94.5 FM K233BT Des Moines, 88.5 FM KIHS, Adel, 90.9 FM KLOX Creston.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym alongside Steve DeVinny. I'm Mark Amadale. As we start the fourth quarter, Valley with a 48-40 lead. Jennifer Phelps, our studio producer tonight here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, doing a great job. All right, Dowling with the ball. Valley in a 2-3 zone. Here's Morrow with it. Drew dribbles in the lane, goes around Reardon, layup up and rolls through. Drew Morrow with his 20th point, and he's keeping Dowling in this contest, Steve.
Yeah, good body control there. He sort of had to fade away at the very end to get the shot up over Reardon, and beautiful soft touch with his left hand.
48-42 Valley. Reardon underneath, the pull-up jumper good, and he drew the foul. And that'll be on Dowling's Jalen Pettis, his 4th.
Yeah.
You know, free throws, I know I got behind here a little bit, Steve, but I got Dowling 0 for 4 at the free throw line. Is that right?
Stewart was 2 for 2.
Oh, there's one missing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
In the third quarter, 2 for 2.
Reardon at the free throw line right now, and his first free throw is good. Eli with 27 points.
Yeah, early on tonight in the broadcast, we talked about that decided height advantage for the Tigers and how the Maroons would try to handle that. And Maroons have given great effort, but just haven't had a ton of success against Reardon.
Reardon missed the second free throw, so it's 49-42 Valley. 7:10 remaining here at the Dowling Gym tonight here in the fourth quarter. Dowling winning the girls' game 47-43. Stewart in the lane, his shot no good. And
5 fouls on Pettis.
Pettis just fouled out.
Over the back.
He'll foul out with 4 points. With 7:05 remaining in the fourth. The Maroons are really going to be undersized in the post right now.
Yep.
So Mata Brua will return, and he's got 3 fouls.
That's the 9th team foul on the Maroons, so he was on Reardon's back. Reardon will have a bonus.
So, yeah, that's a 19 foul on Dowling, 5 on the Valley Tigers. Reardon only missed 2 free throws tonight. First one up, it's short, 1-1. Rebound Dowling and Matabrua.
Maroons are hanging around here, down 7.
Yes, they are. Maroons have the ball in the front court. With it is Joey Coppola. Dribbles the right side, stops the right elbow, leaves it for Charlie Stewart, right wing. Charlie off a ball screen by Brua. Couldn't get the ball back to him. Leaves it for Coppola. Joey now reverses left side. Here's Carson Brown with it. Carson in the lane. His shot blocked by Reardon. Outlet pass goes to Reardon, and he'll slam it through. Eli Reardon with 29 points, and they found a way to get it to him. 51-42. Valley by 9. Timeout Dowling will be a 30-second timeout. 6:23 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Tigers with a little run. And how about Eli Reardon?
Let's say this, Mark. He's probably the finest basketball player we've seen in the last 4 or 5 years who didn't commit to playing college basketball. He has a sport that he's supposedly he's better at. He's dominated the game tonight. It's been fun to watch, but I'm sorry to say that we're on the wrong side of some of those points. He's just been a monster.
Dowling 2 of 6 the free throw line through 3 quarters.
Yeah, 3 or 4 slam dunks for Reardon, and boy, oh boy, is he strong, quick, explosive. He also has 3 threes from beyond the arc tonight, which, typically you don't see a high school player with both of those skill sets, but Steve, he's put on a show.
In 4 games, we'll see Valley again at the Valley Gym.
Yeah, he's put on a show tonight.
This is a quick turnaround. Both teams in the same division, the CIML, that's the Central Conference. So they play each other twice. This will be a quick turnaround. All right, Dowling with the ball out of the timeout. Brua with it from Charlie Stewart in the lane. Tries to get it to Charlie and threw it away. Turnover against the Maroons. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, and Dental Associates. We'll have our post-game show following tonight's game. A reminder, next Friday night will be our next broadcast, Dowling at Southeast Polk. And we'll be on the air at 6 o'clock next Friday night from Southeast Polk High School in Pleasant Hill. Now near steal by Coppola. Ball loose on the floor. And they're going to get a pushing foul called.
Is it on the Maroons? Or
Joey Townsell hasn't figured it out yet.
I can't tell.
Until this.
There's 2 guys that were chasing for the ball, both number 22. He called it on Bijik, yeah, for the Tigers.
So Ruitt, Bijik.
That's his second, I think.
I got him for 2. Dowling with the ball. Carson Brown for 3, and it's off the back iron, no good. Rebound, Valley and Reardon. And a timeout called by Valley. This will be a full timeout. We'll take one ourselves. 5:42 remaining, fourth quarter. Valley 51, Dowling 42 here in this boys contest from the Dowling Gym. Alongside Steve DeVinny, I'm Mark Amadeo. Back in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
60 Seconds with Archbishop Fulton J. Sheen.
What is the first reflex thought that we find in sacred scripture of God? Not the first description of him creating the world, but the first thought that he has about himself. Open Genesis and you will find it. Let us make man. Think of it, as if God could not exist without man. God does not need man to complete himself, to fulfill a need, but he needs man as a kind of a gift. He must have someone to whom he can show his love. The first monologue that we touch in sacred scripture is the monologue of God thinking about man. And what are the first dialogues in scripture? The first question in scripture is God saying to man, Adam, where art thou?
The people you know and trust are on EWTN.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Packed house on a Friday night, Dowling and Valley. The rivalry continues. Maroons, believe it or not, have won 4 of the last 5 meetings in the boys contest. As the Maroons lead this series 10-8, dating back to 2007, but it's been all Valley here in the second half. 51-42 Tigers. 5:15 remaining.
Yeah, the message from B.J. Windhorst to the Tiger Ball Club is run some clock.
And here's Stinson, off-balance shot, and rolls off the rim, no good. Charlie Stewart with the rebound over Bijik. And Dowling in transition. Here's Coppola for 3. It's no good. Reardon with the rebound. So it's Reardon, Bijik, Mason Morrow, Curtis Stinson Jr. And Cade Grevengood, the 5 on the floor for Valley, which is their starting 5. Here's Morrow with it. Mason dribbling against his namesake, Drew Morrow, top of the key between the circles. Dowling stays man-to-man. They're just running a little weave play. We got a whistle and a foul on Dowling. That'll be on Joey Coppola, his second, and that'll be the 10th foul. And the Maroons have just put Valley in the double bonus the rest of the game.
Early foul trouble for the Maroons in each half worked against them. The other thing that the Maroons haven't done yet tonight is really shoot consistently beyond the arc. And when you're undersized, you're going to have to make some of those.
Well, for the Maroons, it's been Drew Morrow stepping up. Drew tonight with 20 points as a free throw is good by Stinson. He now has 8 points in the contest. Second free throw coming. And it rolls off the rim, no good. Rebound Coppola and Dowling. Tigers are 2 of 4 at the free throw line. They are 12 of 16 for the game at the free throw line tonight. There's Coppola with it, dribbles to the top of the key. It's 52-42 Valley by 10, equaling their largest lead. There's Coppola for 3 on the pass by Stewart. Missed everything, no good. Rebound Reardon. Eli with it. Dribbles in the front court. Here's Mason Morrow. Morrow dribbling around. Can't get it to Reardon to the high post. Leaves it for Pajik. Ruitt with the pass over to Morrow.
10-point deficit, 3:50 to go, Mark. We're going to have to either get a steal here pretty soon or foul again.
And he just called it. Reaching foul on Coppola. Free throws coming for Valley.
His third.
For the Tigers, they're home next week. They on Tuesday night, they host Ottumwa. And next Friday night, Valley hosting Waukee in a girl-boy doubleheader. Both games are girl-boy doubleheaders at the Valley Gym. For Dowling, the Maroons do not play until next Friday, so there's no Tuesday night game. Maroons will travel to Southeast Polk next Friday, and we'll have the game on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Free throw no good by Valley's Cade Grevengood. (52-42) the score remains. And the second free throw coming by Grevengood, and it's off the mark, no good. Rebound Dowling. Matabrua playing with 3 fouls. Here's Stewart in the lane. His shot up and in and out, no good. Foul called on Stinson. And Stewart to the line for 2.
Stewart was able to turn that corner and draw the foul as he was shooting on Stinson. What'd you say? That's his third, I think.
I got him for 3. The board has him for 2.
Yeah, team 7th. I have him for 3 also.
All right, and Stewart, free throw is good. Charlie, perfect tonight from the free throw line. He came in 10 for 21. Now he's 3 for 3. He has 8 points. Charlie's second free throw, good.
Mark, when you had some technical difficulties in the first quarter, Charlie missed the pair. But
he did.
He's made everything since.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, I do have it. Back in the first quarter. I didn't have that down. Thank you. All right, 52-44. Charlie now 4 of 6 at the free throw line. And now Valley with the ball inside. They work it. Shot up and good. Basket will count, and a foul on Dowling. And they don't have an answer for Reardon.
No.
Fouls on Matabrua. That's his 4th.
Penetrated hard, shot right over the top of Mata, and drew the foul.
Eli Reardon with 31 points with an and 1 coming. He's missed his last 2 free throws, and this one's good. 32 points for Reardon, and a timeout on the floor with 3:22 remaining here in the fourth quarter, and this will be a 30-second timeout.
Did Valley take that timeout?
I'm looking. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining.
Yeah.
Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Skeffington's Formal Wear, the Catholic Tuition Organization, and Mercy One.
I think they did, Mark, because it's a 30. Dowling had already used their 30s, so.
55-44 Valley by 11. Again, our next broadcast will be next Friday night, December 17th. That'll be our last girl-boy doubleheader of the 2021 part of the season. We'll also have a game on Monday, December 20th, as will be the Dowling girls hosting Sioux City East in a girls-only contest. And we'll have that game, I believe it's a 6:15 start. Stewart in the lane, his shot up and good. The foul's on Reardon. The basket will count. And Charlie Stewart flying down the lane with that.
Boy, he rose up there, too. I don't want to say he got above Reardon, but he challenged him for sure. Took the shot right at him, and Reardon fouled him, and Charlie converted.
Cuts the Valley lead to 9 here, Steve.
Could cut it to 8.
Free throw coming, in and out, no good. Rebound, Valley.
Guess who?
Reardon. Stewart with 11 points. He's in double figures, along with Drew Morrow, who's sitting on 20. And he's got one field goal here in the Tigers with it. They work inside to Reardon. They rotate down. Layup is good. Nice shot by Reardon on the left block. He went right over Charlie Stewart for his 34th point.
Maroons were trying to double the guards and try to get a turnover. Left Reardon alone for the baseline drive.
Yep, they overplayed everything, and Valley did their job.
Understandable.
Here's Stewart for 3. It's in and out, no good. Reardon with the rebound, 57-46 Valley. 2.5 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Mark Amadale and the Grandview Hall of Famer Steve DeVinny sitting in tonight. As Valley now with a long 3 by Greven, good, it's no good, but Bijek with the rebound, and Bijek called for the travel.
I'm not sure why Coach Windhorst probably didn't want that 3-point attempt. No reason to take that up 11 with 2 minutes to go.
Steve, you talked about that earlier about the strategy. BJ, the Valley head coach, called timeout and was talking about shot selection.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with defensive personnel or turnovers. It's like, where are you guys shooting the ball from?
Yeah,
and they are not a three-point shooting team, but they want to be.
Yep.
57-46 Valley. Here's Ferguson for 3, and it misses everything, no good, out of bounds. And Charlie Stewart tried to save it, and it'll be out of bounds to Valley with 2:03 remaining.
Yeah, Maroons have struggled a little bit from beyond the arc tonight. Well, they have really, first part of the season here. Besides Morrow, they haven't made a lot from beyond the arc.
Now, Valley losing at Ankeny on Tuesday night, and that probably left a bitter taste in their mouth as Ankeny beat Valley 61-55. Matter of fact, that was part of a doubleheader sweep by the Ankeny Hawks and Hawkettes on Tuesday. Dowling girls a winner tonight in game 1, 47-43. Number 7 Dowling knocking off number 11 Valley in Class 5A girls basketball. And here it's Valley with 11-point lead. Underneath they work it, and Stinson's layup is good. Nice feed that time by Ruitt Bijek. And Stinson now with his 10th point. And now the Maroons out of bounds. Carson Brown launched the 3, but he stepped on the sideline in front of his bench. Turnover goes back over to Valley with 1:30 remaining.
Yep.
Get all rested up as here's a steal by Quincy Ferguson. Tried to feed Brown. Leaves it for Morrow for 3. It's no good. And a rebound. Bajik. The other way we go. Here's Reardon. These two meet again Tuesday night, January 11th, at the Valley Fieldhouse, Steve. So about 4 games. And now here is Reardon with a slam dunk again. And a foul on Dowling. They'll count the basket. And the foul
Brua
will be on Brua.
Fouled out. Colin Clark in for him.
So Mata Brua will foul out with no points with 1:11 remaining. Here in the fourth, Reardon to the line. 36 points tonight for Reardon. And a chance for another and one. The free throw's good. 37 points for Eli Reardon. The Notre Dame football signee.
He might want to reconsider.
Dowling with the ball. Here's Colin Clark with it. He's in now. And now Charlie Stewart draws the foul as he backs in against Mason Morrow.
Who they call it on?
Morrow.
Okay, it's
Mason.
a bonus for Drew Morrow. Maroons are in the 1-on-1.
So Mason Morrow picks up his 3rd foul. Colin, check that. Purdue checking in for Valley along with Trevion Carson as Eli Reardon will sit down. 37 points tonight. 5, 6, 8, 10. He was 7 of 10 at the free throw line, unofficially. First free throw is good by Drew. So Drew Morrow now with 21 points.
37 in a high school game, Mark, you don't see very often. That's
no.
That's a big, big number. He was dominant tonight.
Second free throw good by Drew Morrow. He has 22 points to lead Dowling in scoring. 62-48 Valley. Tigers down court. Underneath is Morrow. His shot no good. Rebound Dowling. Coming away with it is Colin Clark. Gets in the front court. Leaves it for Morrow. His three-pointer up. Good. Right in front of the Dowling bench. Drew with 25 points on that three.
11-point deficit here. 38 seconds to go. Maroons are still in pressure defense.
Valley has the ball knocked out of bounds. Carson Brown being very active. Thanks to our three officials tonight. Dave Souther, Joey Townsell, and Chris Crawford. It's tough to do a girls' game and a boys' game with the teams playing at high levels. Now bodies hit the floor after the pass, and a whistle and a foul on who? They're going to get Valley for the foul, and that'll be on Trevion Carson, his second.
Yeah, let's make sure sportsmanship stays good here late. Two heated rivals.
BJ didn't like that. He thought it should have been a no call.
Yeah.
I could hear him lobbying with Joey Townsell.
Yeah, it was contact at midcourt, and I couldn't really tell either. But
well, we didn't have targeting, Steve. There was no
exactly.
targeting, so we're good.
Thank goodness for that.
Free throws coming for Dowling. First one up and good. That's Colin Clark at the line. That's his first point.
Yeah.
Colin was on the fence last night. His sister Caitlin Clark playing for Iowa, and his brother Blake football at Iowa State in the Iowa State men's game. Second free throw no good, but Carson Brown with the rebound, and now he loses the ball, stolen away by Grevengood, and here's Valley with 20 seconds remaining, leading by 10.
They won't attempt another shot, I wouldn't think, and the Maroons are going to concede the loss.
Well, congratulations to head coach B.J. Windhorst in his 9th year at Valley. Got 8 seconds remaining, 62-52. As the Maroons now head to the benches. And Dowling will fall to 2-3 on the year, and the Valley Tigers improve to 3-1. Congratulations to Coach B.J. Windhorst and the Valley Tigers. 62-52 victory over Dowling Catholic, and that'll be the first meeting of 2 this year during the regular season.
Yeah.
And we'll have the rematch at the Valley Gym in January. We'll take a break and come back with our post-game show. Steve and I will total things up. Final score, Valley 62, the Dowling Maroons 52 in this boys contest. Girls game won by the Dowling girls 47-43. Number 7 Dowling over number 11 Valley. We'll take a break, come back to the post-game show here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Thought of the Day with Monsignor Frank Bagnano.
Things seldom happen as we expect. Most of our fears and apprehensions turn out to be completely imaginary. Difficulties we anticipated become very simple in reality. Projecting our fears into the future cuts us off from the present reality and prevents us from dealing with the present situations as we really should. I love what Eddie Hillsman once wrote. She said, "If one burdens the future with one's worries, it cannot grow organically. I am filled with confidence, not that I shall succeed in worldly things, but that when things go badly for me, I shall find life good and worth living. Confident. Life is good and worth living in the now. Trust in God to handle the future. Live in the present moment." And that's today's Thought of the Day.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Final score in our girl-boy doubleheader. A girls contest won by the Dowling Maroons 47-43, a top 11 matchup. 7th-ranked Dowling over number 11 Valley in that girls contest. Boys game won by the Valley Tigers 62-52 as Valley improves their record to 3-1 on this short boys season. They're just early in. This is only their second week of high school boys basketball. Tigers coming off a loss at Ankeny on Tuesday night. They rebound here tonight as they defeat Dowling 62-52. And let's take a look at some of the unofficial scoring. First of all, we'll start with the Valley Tigers, and they were led by Eli Reardon, the Notre Dame recruit in football, 37 points. He went 7 of 10 unofficially at the free throw line tonight for his 37 points. And, Steve, would you call that a quiet 37 for Mr. Reardon, who I'm going to enjoy watching play football for Notre Dame?
Yeah, nice young man, great athlete, and I don't know if I would call it quiet. I mean, he almost broke the backboard 3 or 4 times with thundering dunks. So that's an impressive performance. I don't know that we'll see that out of any other opponent the rest of the year.
I haven't seen that in a long time here in this gym. Rounding out scoring for Valley, Cade Grevengood, I have him down for 11 points. He had a pair of 3-pointers for his 11. 10 points for Curtis Stinson Jr., the freshman for the Tigers, as he was 5 out of 6 the free throw line, 1 3-point basket and a 2-point basket. 4 points for Mason Morrow. And then rounding out scoring, Ruit Bijik with 1 point for Valley. Kurdu off the bench. He did not score as the Tigers unofficial at the free throw line. They were 14 of 19 at the line is what I have them for, Steve. You're
close enough.
Your mileage may vary over there on the other
I'm not going to question you.
For the Dowling Maroons, Dowling was led by Drew Marles, 25 points. Charlie Stewart with 11 points. And Charlie's 11 all in the second half, that third quarter. I think Charlie had him down for 7 points in that third quarter. He finished with 11. Rounding out scoring for Dowling, 9 points for Carson Brown. 4 points for Jalen Pettis off the bench for the Maroons. Mata Brua fouled out and did not score. Fouled out with 1:11 remaining in the fourth quarter. And Jalen Pettis fouling out the 7:05 mark of the fourth quarter. Let's see what else. 2 points for Quincy Ferguson. As the Maroons unofficially, I have them 7 of 13 at the free throw line. And Colin Clark with 1 point. There we go. So
yep. How many did Morrow have, did you say?
25.
Okay.
For Drew Morrow. And his somewhat namesake, Mason Morrow for Valley, had 4. And exciting game. What a game it was. Both teams started out to a 9-9 first quarter score, and then Valley outscored Dowling 18-14 in that second quarter. Tigers had a 4-point lead at halftime, 27-23. And then the Tigers had an 8-point lead at the end of the third quarter as they outscored Dowling 21-17 in that third quarter. And then the Tigers outscored Dowling in the fourth quarter, 14-12, to win it 62-52. And the Maroons fall to 2-3 on the year. They have a week off of games, and they will play next Friday night at Southeast Polk, a game we'll have here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Valley improves to 3-1, and they'll be playing next Tuesday and Friday as they host Atomo on Tuesday and Waukee on Friday. And then next Saturday, they travel to Kansas City for an afternoon game as they take on 5th-ranked Staley High School out of Kansas City, the 5th-ranked team in class, large school there in Kansas City. So quite the week for Valley next week. Tuesday, Friday, both at home, and then Saturday a trip to Kansas City at a 3 o'clock start. And that'll wrap up their first half of Christmas break. So, again, it's all Valley. What a performance was seen by Mr. Reardon. I saw it on the football field. Now we saw it on the basketball court, and we get the rematch here in about 4 games early next January. These two teams meet over at the Valley Gym.
Yeah, in football, Mark, it was difficult to get the ball to him. Tight ends typically don't have 10, 12 receptions in a game, and there were times when they just couldn't get it to him. But tonight, they didn't have to get it to him. He created his own, and just a monster on the boards. We don't keep track of rebounds up here, but I'm sure that he had at least a dozen, maybe more, to go along with 37 points. And as I said, if you look this coming March, you look back on the high school season, I don't know how many more games you'll see with players getting 37 points around, especially Class 5A.
4A.
I'm sorry, 4A in hoops, I'm sorry.
5A in football.
Yep.
And in girls sports. So
yeah,
right.
No, that was incredible performance. And the Maroons, hey, let's don't be too critical of the Maroons. We hung around. We played tough. We played competitive. We were just undersized, and we got in foul trouble both halves. And we didn't shoot it great from the perimeter. But you can't fault the kids' effort. You can't fault the kids' hustle. Maroons really, really gave a great effort tonight.
They certainly did. Again, Valley, the winner in the boys' contest, 62-52. And in the girls' game, it was the Dowling Maroons winning 47-43. Our thanks to Jennifer Phelps, our studio producer. We're going to take a break, come back with final thoughts. Again, our thanks to our supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio's coverage of Dowling Catholic High School in our 45th year of broadcasting. And I want to thank Ashworth Vision Clinic, construction professionals, along with dental associates, the fine folks at Mercy One, the Catholic Tuition Organization, and Skeffington's Formal Wear. And alongside Steve DeVinny, I'm Mark Amadeo, back with final thoughts after these messages here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and pre- and post-operative care. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Dental Associates, addressing your smile needs and dreams. 515-225-6742. Des Moines-DentalAssociates.com. Thank you, Dental Associates, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One, your expert circle of personalized care for all your health needs. With more care locations than anyone, your best life is their one purpose. Find your doctor at mercy1.org.
Yeah, we're back here at the Dowling Gym for our final segment. It's Valley 62, Dowling 52, a final in the boys contest. Mark Amadale, Steve DeVinny, and we're joined by the head boys basketball coach at Dowling Catholic, and that is Clay Thielking. In his first year here at Dowling, and Coach, what a night. We were just talking about the performance of Eli Reardon. Hard to match up with, and he had his way down low. Probably caused a couple of your players to foul out in a roundabout way, but what a night it was, and what an environment it was here at Dowling tonight, Coach. So, as Coach Cataldo said during halftime of the girls' game, say, hey, welcome to the Dowling Valley showdown. And who you got walking through here,
Teddy.
Stephen? My God,
Coach
Bosa?
could use a guy 6'9".
Oh,
no, that's Teddy Brown.
Teddy Brown, oh
yeah.
my goodness. We could have used him in here tonight.
Yeah, we
maybe.
might suit him up next time.
Well, that's part of your alumni there, Clay. But talk about what a night and what an environment. And you hung right with him. You had it down to a 4-point lead for Valley at the end of the halftime. They come out, kind of pull out a little run out there in the third quarter, but you guys hung around, lost by 10, and you guys kind of gutted it out. But I'll tell you what, Valley had the athletes. Hard to match up with Reardon. Interested to see what you guys thought about matching up with him. He did the same thing to Ankeny on Tuesday night.
Sure. No, he's different. You know, he's different, and obviously, we didn't have an answer for him tonight. I mean, I think he hit at least 3 threes, you know, and that's kind of what we were willing to give him. And when he's making those, he's a tough cover. You know, we didn't do a good job keeping him off the glass. But credit to him. You know, you can do a lot of things and have schemes, but at the end of the day, he had a huge night, and we didn't have any answers for him. So you tip your cap. Great player, had a great night, and they got really good guys around him too. But our guys fought. You know, we did a lot of good things too, and we're talking to our guys in there. We got to stay together and chin up and just keep working, and we'll get where we want to get. Yeah, it was a special night for Eli for sure.
No question about it. Visit with Clay Thielking, the Dowling boys basketball coach, following Valley's win tonight, 62-52 over Dowling. And Clay, talk about your team a little bit. Some of the positives you saw. I saw a lot of hustle. I saw a lot of bodies on the floor, and I think, you know, it's not that you don't teach that. These kids know that, and that's what's expected. And you got that. You get that in practice all the time, and you got it in the game tonight.
Yeah, they fought. They'll compete. You know, that's never a question with these guys. You know, we shot it pretty well early. I thought Drew got pretty hot early and got us off to a good start. And then when Valley made their run in the second half, we had a hard time putting it in the basket. You know, we go through stretches like that where it's tough, and sometimes you can weather the storm if you can dig in and get stops. But tonight it was just hard. I mean, Eli was just scoring so consistently that when you have a drought offensively, there's just too much separation, and we could never get back into it. But we're getting better. We're making strides in the right direction, and we'll keep improving.
Well, you mentioned Drew Morrow, leading scorer for Dowling with 25 points, continues to shoot the ball well. I think you're trying to find that second and third person to do that consistently. Carson Brown had a nice first half with 6 points, and then the second half, Charlie Sturt kind of woke up in that third quarter, and he attacked the glass with confidence.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I thought Carson did a better job tonight, especially early of attack, and then he got in foul trouble. And and that takes away some aggression. So that hurt us. I mean, a few of our guys sat most of that first half in foul trouble, and I thought the rest of our guys did a good job kind of sticking together and weathering the storm there. But yeah, then the second half, it was kind of Charlie's turn to be the attacker. But you're right. Like, we need to get, if we can get Drew and Charlie and Carson all kind of clicking at the same time and doing their thing, good things will happen for us. That's some chemistry stuff, and those things take time. But they're showing signs. We just got to be a little more consistent.
Coach, I would say a lot of your players are still coming off football. And you can't make that. They're not going to be in basketball shape in the first 2 weeks. And but to your point, they're showing some signs of kind of getting there. Foul trouble obviously hurt. Were you surprised in the third quarter? I think a credit to your athleticism, they went to a 2-3 zone.
Yeah.
I mean, you were getting looks in their man-to-man defense consistently. And then when they went to the zone, we didn't shoot it great from the perimeter.
Yeah.
Did you expect that or no?
Yeah, they've been playing a little bit of that zone, and so we expected it. And I thought we did pretty well against it, to be honest with you. Against some shots didn't go down. It is what it is. I thought it was a good job out of BJ to kind of change the pace a little bit, but we did expect it and just didn't score a lot out of it. But they're doing what we're asking them to do. It's a coachable group, and that's all you can ask for as a coach.
Yeah, I was really impressed how hard they played, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, your defensive pressure and your quickness throughout the lineup. You played, 9-10 kids tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 9 kids.
Yeah.
Visit with Clay Thielking, the Dowling boys basketball coach, following Valley's win tonight, 62-52 over Dowling. Girls game won by the Maroons, 47-43. And Coach Thielking, your next game is next Friday night, so there's no traveling on Tuesday night. It's more of a practice week. And what are some of the things that you look towards working on, preparing for Southeast Polk, who's had quite a turnover in their roster this year, and they've got some football guys out there. We're going to see the 300-pound, what was he, left tackle for Southeast Polk?
Blindside, sure.
Kalen Proctor.
Yeah.
And so you play them at their place next Friday night and talk about the week of practice, I suppose.
Yeah, they're good. They did graduate a lot of guys. Coach does a great job with them. I mean, it's going to be tough, especially going over there. But we'll focus on us for these first few days, and we got a lot to clean up. We got execution stuff, and we just got to keep repping our offense and our sets and things of that nature. And we'll look at Southeast Polk getting into Tuesday and Wednesday and be ready for what they have. But yeah, big fella's going to be a low down low, and we'll have to come up with an answer for him. That changes the dynamic of a lot of things when you got a body that big that can do some things. So we'll have our hands full, but we'll be ready and hopefully go into the break with some momentum.
You're going to take a deep breath after Dowling Valley in a packed house tonight.
Yeah.
What did you think of the environment?
Great.
First time
I
ever.
love it, especially after last year with COVID. I thought the Roosevelt game last week was an awesome environment too, to be honest with you. And tonight was a step above that and spirited. It's a good rivalry. It's fun. I mean, it's fun. This is what you live for, and I was just happy the kids could experience this, especially after last year. Some normalcy and some rivalry stuff. So great atmosphere, though. That was fun.
Well, Coach, thanks for coming up after tonight's game. We'll look forward to visiting with you, maybe, or at least talking with you next Friday night. We'll be out at Southeast Polk High School for the broadcast. And thanks for all you do, and enjoy the atmosphere, because we're going to get a lot of these. They're letting the fans back in instead of just the parents and broadcasters. The fans are here and the student body, so we like that, and I know that energizes teams, and it certainly did Valley, and it certainly did your team tonight, Coach.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Mark.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Steve.
Good luck, Coach.
Clay Thielking, our guest, and that'll wrap up our broadcast tonight here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. And Mr. Devaney, I think we will just start to sign off. I want to thank Jennifer Phelps, our studio producer tonight, and everybody here at Dowling Catholic High School. And thanks to the folks at Valley, Joe Sechrist and B.J. Windhorst, the respective coaches, Brad Rose, Nate Lindgren, Tony Weimers, and all the folks in the Valley Athletic Office for their assistance and always helping us put together our pregame and postgame shows. Our thanks to everybody here at Dowling Catholic High School, including Tom Wilson, the athletic director, and Michael Connor, the retired now basketball coach. He's here on game nights, and good to see OC and, of course, Colleen Webb and all the folks behind the scenes at Dowling. Our next broadcast, as we mentioned, will be next Friday night, December 17th. Girls and boys basketball doubleheader. Dowling at Southeast Polk from the Southeast Polk Gym in Pleasant Hill. We'll be on the air at 6 o'clock for the pregame show. Girls will tip off at 6:15. Boys to follow right around 7:45. So join me, Jimmy Cataldo, and Steve DeVinny for the call next Friday night. And Coach DeVinny, I know you were talking with Coach Steel King there, but any final thoughts out of you? Otherwise, we'll see you next Friday.
No, I would just say this. When an opponent scores 37 like Reardon did, and give him credit, for us to lose by 10, it wasn't like they beat us by 30. I mean, the Maroons are playing hard. If they make more perimeter shots, if they make some free throws, they can win games like that. But it's a work in progress.
It certainly is. And, again, congratulations to Valley. Steve, we'll talk to you next Friday night.
Thanks, Mark.
Again, Eli Reardon, the leading scorer for Valley, 37 points. He was 7 of 10 at the free throw line tonight. And he and Curtis Stinson Jr., the freshman, with 10 points. And Cade Grevengood with 11 points, 3 leading scorers for Valley. For Dowling, they were led by Drew Marl, the 6-foot junior, with 25 points. And Drew nailed down, I think it was 4 3-pointers. I have him for make it 5 3-pointers tonight for his 25 points. 11 points off the bench for Dowling by Charlie Stewart, and 9 points for Carson Brown. So the Maroons fall to 2-3 overall, and Valley improves to 3-1 in boys play. And our next broadcast, again, will be next Friday night. And it'll be Dowling's next basketball game. Girl-boy doubleheader, Dowling at Southeast Polk, so join us for that. For my broadcast partners, Jimmy Cataldo and Steve DeVinny, this is Mark Amadeo. Our thanks to our studio producer, Jennifer Phelps, and for everybody behind the scenes of Iowa Catholic Radio. Thanks for joining us, and we will talk to you next Friday night here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Have a safe and blessed, faith-filled evening.
Our coverage of Dowling Catholic Sports is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Mercy One, and Skeffington's Formalware. Thank you for supporting the businesses that underwrite Iowa Catholic Radio. The proceeding has been a Dowling Catholic Sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio.